Great start, I'm on mute. Hello, everyone. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, bad days. I hope you're doing well, Brad. Welcome, everyone, from Sarah P. Thank you for joining. Please hit that like and subscribe and that notification bell on the way in, please. If you'd like to support the channel, best ways to do so is always PayPal or Buy Me Coffee, especially Buy Me Coffee. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, my sports channel, there you go. I'm sure most of you have. Morning, Sarah P. How are you? Nice to see you. Afternoon, bad days. There you go. How was your weekend? Bad Daza, we saw Bad Daza yesterday. He was in the stream yesterday. Lady Di, how are you, my darling? Nice to see you. Hot Mama, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Morning, Rhonda. I hope, you may have missed it. But go back. You were in the picture. You're in the intro, Rhonda. Don't you worry. You're in. There's a picture of me and you on the intro. It's a bit of a guess, the intro is because, like, who's who? There's a lot of you in the intro. So, how are you doing, Dave? Nice to see you, buddy. Nice to see you. My favourite Dave in the chat. How are you, sir? There you go. Everyone's in the chat. Nice and nice. Playing nicey. There you go. CG, how are you? Nice to see you. Good song. It is a good song, isn't it? Any plans for a trip to Salem? Hey, Patty. No plans for a trip to Salem, darling. No, not the minute anyway. If I do, I'll let you know. What's this track called? It is called... Let me get this up. Rhythm of the River by J.F. Gloss. Rhythm of the River. So there you go. That's what it's called. I put that together this morning, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Hello, Patricia. Nice to see you. How are you, my darling? There you go. Same old. Like the intro music. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. There you go. Moonshine. I feel like making moonshine now. It is, isn't it? It's good. So bummed I missed you when you came to the States. I was in hospital as usual. Don't worry, Patricia. I'll be back. Don't worry about darling. It's all good. Hello, Toots. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. There you go. That's everything. Happy days. So we are on. It's weird. Some channels are calling this day 3 of Jason Meade. Some channels are calling it day 6, and I'm calling it day 2. I think they're including all the like jury selections and stuff like that, but I'm not. I'm just doing it as we usually do. So we'll be playing the first few bits anyway, 1.25, because it's still quite slow. No worries at all. No worries at all, CG. It's all good. Hello. Oh, I missed yesterday, damn. No, yesterday was the sports channel. Don't you worry, Toots. It was a sports channel. But we did have opening statements on Friday. If you missed Fridays, we did have opening statements on. So opening statements for this trial was on. I played them on Friday. So if people need to go and watch that, go and watch it. You might not be so happy with the things you have to do for me to check. Oh, okay. Lesson learned. Hey, Toots, it's me, Josie. Hello, ladies, and me, obviously. How are you, Bex? Nice to see you, my darling. That's a lie, as always. I do like to lie. Right. We're starting a little bit late, obviously, because of the ladies. Obviously, it's better this time for me, Josie, and for Mexi, and for Erin, and for Sarah P. So that's why we're doing it that way. Now, depending how this stream goes, I may play the other one because it's not much from day 2. So I might actually make day 2 and day 3 today. We'll see. See how you all behave, how much you all piss me off in chat today. So we'll see. There you go. So we might have 2 days of trial today, all caught up, and then we'll play it from behind then for future days. So we might do that. You're right. I wasn't thinking. My brain hasn't quite fully functioned yet. You should save this quote. You should copy and paste this, copy it and put it somewhere, Sarah P, because you can say this most days, I think. I'm joking. There you go. Okay, right, everyone. Oops. There you go. We're ready. I think this guy's about to take a shit, so before he does, we will start playing it. Everyone be on the best behavior. That'll be the day, Rhonda. You're always on your best behavior, Rhonda. There's no question about you. It's just the rest of them. Hey, bad, better late than never. That's what they all say. Right, here we go. So just remember, day 2. Hello, Christine. How are you doing? Fortunato, how are you? Hope you're doing well. My Italian personation. Right. We'll take behavior I give him. We'll take what the fuck. Right, anyway, let's get going. As I say, we have also in the intro, try and guess who is in the intro that you know. There's a lot of you. Actually, there's quite a few people in there that you may not recognize. I can list some. Coco was in there. Terry Martins was in there. Rhonda was in there. Obviously, all the mods are there with all their songs. Who else was in there? Erica, obviously, Dina. Who else was in there? There's a lot of people in there. But who else was in there? You might not know. Lisa Reed, Hippie Chick, Spacey Stacy was in there. I'll say Robin G was in there a few times. So yeah, try and represent the channel, the chat. So Leanne, allegedly, was in there. Right, there are loads of people in there. Anyway, let's go. I'll shut my mouth and let's go.
Before you bring the jury out, we'll try to get this hooked up here and see if it works. Okay.
You do real time? Okay, just take your time.
Nice.
Aaron. Bring in the jury.
Other than what we discussed on us renewing that, the motion that we did on record, I chambers.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything.
Anything on behalf of the defense? All right, let's go get jury.
Don't worry, Rhonda. You can go back and watch it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But you were in it. You were in it. There's one picture of you. I should have put Chris in there, but I didn't have it at hand. Right, here we go, ladies. Strap her in or strap her on, whichever one you prefer.
And for the record, we have excused a juror.
Oh, they've excused a juror. Oh.
For fraud.
Oh. I did not know that.
And you may inquire.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please state your name for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Sharon Payne.
Ms. Payne, are you employed?
I'm retired.
Retired from?
Chase Bank,
What did you do at Chase Bank?
customer service.
Are you married?
I'm widowed.
What was your husband's name?
Ernest Payne Sr.
And when did he pass away?
He passed away March 23rd, 2018.
On December 4th of 2020, where were you residing?
3990 States Place
And how long had you lived there?
since 2001.
Did you know an individual by the name of Casey Goodson Jr.?
I sure did. That was my grandson.
I approached the witness, Your Honor.
Okay.
I had it right here. Ma'am, I'm going to show you a photograph that's been marked as State's Exhibit Number 1.
Okay.
Do you recognize the individual depicted in that photograph?
I do. That's Casey, my grandson.
I'll publish this to the jury, Your Honor. Show me how. Okay. When was Casey born?
January 30th, 1997.
Okay. And where, on December 4th, 2020, where was Casey living?
With me,
Had Casey lived with you for some period of time?
off and on, yes.
When Casey was growing up, did he live with you?
He did.
And this was before your husband passed away?
It was, yes.
Did they have a fairly close relationship?
They had a very tight bond.
Did your husband have a nickname for Casey?
Tank.
Hank?
Hmm.
How did he come up with that nickname?
He was fat when he was a baby.
Okay, so he thought he looked like a tank, huh?
Hmm.
Did,
Yes.
Did that nickname stick with Casey?
It did.
Did you use that nickname?
No, I called him CJ.
CJ?
Hmm.
On December 4th, 2020, was Casey working?
He was
Where was he working?
at the Gap warehouse.
And did he have, he was in the warehouse doing labor in the,
Right. Exactly. Doing labor, packing, different things.
and did he have fairly normal working hours?
No, not at the time when he was murdered.
What were his,
Overruled at this
what
time.
were his working hours?
He worked from 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and they had a special going on till 3 o'clock in the morning because it was during the holidays. So if they worked so many days in a row with a day off, without the day off, they got a bonus. They received a bonus.
So that was an incentive that the employer had,
Exactly.
it's Christmas season, it's
Mm-hmm.
busy season.
Mm-hmm.
And Casey was looking to earn that bonus.
He was.
Overruled.
Prior to working at the Gap, had Casey been working?
Yes, he went to school to get his CDLs to drive semi-truck, and he was driving semi cross country.
Okay. And when did he stop doing that?
He stopped doing that. He came home for Christmas, and his mother was pregnant, and she had twins early, so he stayed there to help out with that.
Okay. And what year was that?
2020.
2000?
I mean, I'm sorry, 2020. It was 2020, yeah, when he first came home. Or it was 2019, because the twins were born in December 2019.
December of 2019.
Mhm.
Back then, did you own a car?
I did.
What kind of car did you own?
2011 Nissan Versa.
Okay. And did you drive that car?
I did at times, but Casey drove it more than I did.
Okay. Was that his ride to work? And
Yes, it was, yeah.
did that car have a radio?
A radio?
Yes.
Yes, it did,
Did Casey use it?
all the time.
The radio?
Mhm.
Okay. Tell me about how you locked the car. Did it have a push button lock?
It did on the inside of the car, but you couldn't, to lock the driver's door, you had to use the key.
Now the cars are keyless and stuff. I'm still adjusting to that. Want
Okay, I might have found a better stream. Bear with me. And no, you don't have to call me a legend. It's just what I do, people. Actually, I think that's the same. No, it's exactly the same. So we'll carry on this one.
Comment afterwards.
You may.
Now I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 2 triple V as in
Okay.
Victor. You recognize what that photograph depicts.
I do.
What does that photograph depict?
It's Casey's keychain with my car key on it and with the door key.
Okay. Which one's your car key?
This one
Down here, it looks like,
by Mickey Mouse.
I was going to say, it looks like there's a little Mickey Mouse there.
Mhm.
It's down by Mickey Mouse.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, may I publish this?
You may.
This is the Mickey Mouse right here,
It is.
and right above it is
Key,
the keys to your car,
Mhm.
and then
the door key.
the door key. Okay. To your knowledge, did Casey own any firearms?
He did.
Did he own a semi-automatic handgun?
Yes.
Did he often carry that handgun with him?
He took it everywhere he went.
Took it everywhere he went?
Mhm.
Did he have a holster for that gun?
He did have a holster.
Can you describe that holster for us?
It just was he slid his gun in. I don't know how to describe it. There wasn't no, like, where you could
Strap it
secure it in. Yeah, exactly.
like a retaining strap.
Right. Mhm.
And to your knowledge, did Casey have a permit that allowed him to carry the gun?
He did. He got his CCW license.
Do you remember when he got that?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Now I want to again take you to December 4th, 2020,
Okay.
and which, by the way, sorry, I kind of got ahead of myself here. I'm going to show you this kind of map here.
Okay.
You recognize what it is depicting.
My neighborhood.
Okay. And if you see they put the names of streets
Mhm.
on that, are those all accurate?
They are
And would you point to where your house was located?
at the end of Estates Place.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, wrong way.
Yeah.
On Case Road right here on the corner.
Okay. Would it be that
It would.
highlighted
It
area
would.
there?
It would.
Okay.
Mr. McCall, what's the,
I'm sorry, this is State's Exhibit 19. Now, is that all located here in Franklin County,
It is.
state of Ohio,
It is.
city of Columbus?
It is.
Now, Coach. I'm gonna show you what we marked as State's Exhibit 11C.
Okay.
You recognize what that sketch is depicting,
My house.
okay? And this would be a State's Place,
It is.
and this would be Case Road.
Right.
And in this sketch, it actually depicts two cars parked in front of your house.
That's correct.
When Casey drove your car, where was his normal parking spot?
Right where it is now.
Right here,
Mhm.
the upper car there?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Now, that car is parked facing the wrong way, is that correct?
it is.
And was that the way it was generally parked?
He always parked that way because right across the street there was a fire hydrant. So he'd just come down the street and pull up.
Pull to the left,
Pull in. Mm-hmm.
then when he'd leave, you could go down Case Road.
Exactly.
Okay, it's time. It's time. Hang on, people. It's time. Penblwydd hapus I ti. Penblwydd hapus I ti. Penblwydd hapus Lady Di. Penblwydd hapus I ti. Happy birthday, Lady Di. Let's go, Lady Di. It's your birthday and you'll cry if you want to. There you go. There you go, Lady Di. And I'll be honest with you, people, Sarah P reminded me. So fair play to Sarah P. Shout out to Sarah P as well. I hope fucking Lady Di's in the chat right now. So otherwise, this is going to be annoying. Imagine if she's just popped out for 10 minutes. Oh! Sarah P did. I do you know what? I remembered before the stream. I went out for a walk today. I was like, oh, I need to put a message in somewhere to remind me about Lady Di's birthday. Then I completely forgot. And then also Sarah P was like, hey bitch, fucking Lady Di's birthday. I was like, oh shit, yes, you're right. So happy birthday. Hope you enjoy your day, Lady Di. Hope you have a wonderful day today. I hope you are treated like a princess. So, or wherever, however you like to be treated. Maybe you don't want to be a princess. Maybe you want to be, I don't know, whatever you want to be. I hope you get treated like you want to be treated. So, there you go. Happy birthday to Mark Cunningham's dad as well. And for actually, I just remember my auntie. She died a few years ago now. Her birthday, so happy heavenly birthday to her, my auntie. Also, if you all remember, if you're all old school in this chat, you might remember Carwyn, who used to frequent the chats in the early days of this channel. His birthday's today as well, so he's not been in chat for probably a good few months now. But yeah, Carwyn, who used to be here, who was a local lad from my part of the world. His birthday is today, and he's 43 today. So a year exactly behind Lady Di. So, okay, everyone, let's get back to this. And again, thank you, Sarah P, for reminding me of that. So, right, here we go. And because of that, I will play day 3, just, birthday surprise for Lady Di.
Didn't have to turn around and all that stuff. Show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 11A.
Okay.
You recognize what that sketch depicts?
It's my house.
Okay, so that's just a
Larger picture, yeah.
picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
And show us what part of the house is the inside.
What different rooms are?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
What room is that?
this is the living room.
Okay.
This is where you came in the side door. This was the kitchen. This was my back bedroom that Jana was staying in. This was my son's bedroom that he was in, and that's my room.
Okay. And this was,
The porch,
okay, this is the front door.
the front door.
Back on December 4th, you used the front door frequently.
No, because the weather would slow and it'd be hard to open. You'd have to like mess with it for a long time to get it to pop open. So we came in the back door, side door.
So the normal way to come in
Was this way.
was through the side door.
Mm-hmm, it was.
Now, this is a little like stoop or porch.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, was there an awning over it?
There was.
Okay. And this depicts, this would be what in the kitchen?
The stove and the refrigerator.
Okay, and then this was the kitchen table?
That's where the table was, yes.
Then these are the sinks, I assume?
Right, correct.
Bathroom?
Bathroom,
One bathroom?
one bathroom.
Back on December 4th, where was Casey sleeping?
Downstairs in the basement. I had a recreation room he slept in.
How did he get to the basement? Where are the steps?
Right across from where you go in the door, you go down the steps.
Okay, were those steps open or was there a door?
There was a door.
Okay. Now, this door, it's depicted here at a 90-degree angle. Is that normally how far it opened or did it open for?
I would say that was normally how far it opened.
I'll go, Sharon.
You may.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 25A.
Okay.
And you recognize that as a smaller version of State's Exhibit 11A.
I do.
Let's go ahead and mark on this. You would you mark, put an LR in the living room and put your initials in your bedroom and Ernest and
Jana.
Janae. Okay. And then just put a K in there. That working, the pen?
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's
Bathroom.
well,
Okay.
that's all right. Maybe just put porch out here or okay. Just don't leave that.
Okay. Let's go to December 4th, 2020. Did you see Casey that morning? I did.
Tell me about that.
Well, he usually sleeps until like 12 or 1 to get up and get ready to go to work because he was working long hours, but he was up early that morning. And I was going into the kitchen. He was coming past the opposite way.
About what time was this?
Oh, it was early. I can't exactly remember. Probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere around there. And I asked him what he was doing up so early because he was never up that early. And he said, I got a dentist appointment, remember?
Not for the truth of the matter, sir.
Overruled.
And he said, I have a dentist appointment. I said, oh, that's right. I forgot. And he went on his way to the bathroom and I was going downstairs.
Okay. Did you see him again?
No. Oh, when he said goodbye at the door when he was leaving.
He did say goodbye to you.
Hmm.
Where were you then?
I was in the kitchen.
And he told you he was leaving and he
Yeah.
left.
Right. He told me he'd see me when he got back.
So tell us what you did that morning after Casey left.
I went downstairs to the laundry room. I sorted clothes, started a load of clothes, come upstairs. My granddaughter, which at the time I believe was 4, and my great granddaughter that was 3, and I made them oatmeal for breakfast and put them to the table. Then I went over and made coffee.
Okay.
Got a cup of coffee and went to my bedroom.
Okay. So you were in your bedroom.
I was.
Did anybody come into your bedroom?
Not at my grandson and my granddaughter was already in the bedroom. My granddaughter was doing schoolwork on her computer and my grandson was on a phone.
This is your grandson. What was his name?
His name was Daryl Mathis Jr. It was Casey's, I believe at the time, 5-year-old brother.
And Daryl didn't live with you, is that right?
No, he didn't. He lived with his
How
mother.
did Daryl get to the house?
His mother dropped him off. He wasn't feeling well, and she had to go to work, so she brought him to us.
Okay. So did you see Casey's mother that morning too?
I saw her outside the door. She didn't come in the house.
Okay. So you and she didn't really speak that morning
We did on the phone.
to make arrangements
Right.
for her to drop Daryl
Mhm.
off, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're in the bedroom. Is Ernest at home?
My son?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Did you have any interaction with Ernest that morning?
I did. We heard glass breaking like a loud.
Well, let's go
Okay.
before that.
No. Oh, yes, we did. I'm sorry. His daughter's arm was bleeding. She picked a scab or something. And-
What's his daughter's name?
Tiana.
Jana?
hmm
She lived there as well, is that right?
Well, she stayed there at times.
Okay.
And I picked her up and took her to him.
So she had a cut or a,
Yeah, blood was running down her arm.
her arm was bleeding.
Right.
And so you took her to dad and said,
Right. hmm
Ernest,
hmm
you need to attend to your daughter.
Right.
And tell us what next occurred, or after you took Tiana to Ernest.
I went back in my bedroom and sat down.
Okay.
And
What were you doing?
I was watching TV.
Okay.
And I heard a boom, boom.
Are you in your bedroom?
I'm in my bedroom, sitting on my bed by my nightstand, drinking coffee.
Okay, you had coffee. Were any of the kids in your room?
Daryl was in the room, and Ariana, that's my son Ernest's oldest, well, not oldest daughter, but she was, I think, 10 at the time, 11.
So they were both in there.
They were in there with me, yes.
Tell us what happened.
I was sitting there drinking my coffee, and I heard a lot of boom, boom, boom. I didn't know it was a gun at the time, just loud bangs, like one after another.
And you didn't know what that was.
I didn't, but then I heard glass break about the same time, and it sounded like a big chandelier falling to the ground.
Okay.
And I said, what was that? And I got up.
Let me stop you.
Okay.
When you say before hearing the glass break, you heard boom, 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 which you didn't
Recognize as a gun. Yeah.
the sounds were.
Yeah.
Do you remember how many you heard?
I don't. I'm sorry. I know it was more than 3 because it kept going.
Okay, so more than 3.
Right.
That's pretty much the best you can tell us.
That's about, yeah.
Okay. And then you heard the crashing.
Yeah. About the same time. I mean, right, like I heard the gunshots first, and then I heard the glass.
Okay. And what happened next?
I got up to go see what was going on, and my son was coming down the hall. His bedroom was next to mine. And I said, what was that? And he said, I think they shot CJ. And I said, who? And I don't even remember him answering. If he did,
How about the kids? The kids in the room?
my great granddaughter, the one who was 3 at the time, come running down the hall. 2 boys in my bedroom, scared to death. And I picked her up because I didn't know what was going on either. I picked her up and I put her on my bed, and I told her, stay there. Do not get off the bed.
Okay. When you say came down the hall from
From the
what
kitchen.
part of that? From the kitchen?
Mhm. She was the one, they were eating.
Was it just one eating it?
One eating at the time because I had taken the other little girl to her dad with her bloody arm.
And was this before or after you spoke with Ernest?
It was around the same time.
All of that's happening.
Yeah, all it was.
So you take your great granddaughter. You say you placed her on the bed.
On my bed.
What did you do then?
I went into the living room by the doorway that is by my bedroom, and Ernest was in there, and he was sitting on the floor holding his daughter. And I didn't hear I just didn't hear anything.
Okay.
And he grabbed me by my arm and he said, Mom, get down before they shoot you. Get down before they shoot you. But I wanted to see where CJ was. So I snatched away from him and I went down the side of the wall, and from the living room, there's a door that goes into the kitchen.
Mhm.
So I stood by like this and peeked around, and I saw Casey laying on the floor.
Did you see anybody else in the room?
I did not see anybody, no. I just saw, I was focused on him. And when I saw him, I was just looking down at him.
All right, let's take this, this State's Exhibit 25A
Mhm.
and show us where, kind of draw a line from
My bedroom down?
of your route, where you went. And put an X there. Now, mark in there, where was, approximately, where was Ernest?
But his initials are an X.
Yeah. And he's sitting on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's not right against the wall because there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that was stacked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, where did you see CJ?
Right here on the other side of the door.
Okay, draw, just,
A stick figure or something.
yeah,
Oh, he was right here.
okay.
Actually, he was a little bit further up because his head was closer to the table.
Okay, well, let's, so you're saying like up, maybe like around in here?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, may I publish this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you saw CJ,
I did.
was he, and he's laying on the floor,
He was laying on the floor, face down.
face down?
Hmm.
Could you see his hands?
I did see his hands
Where were they?
like this up over his shoulders. Yes.
Okay,
And his face was turned towards the refrigerator.
okay. Could you see any injuries?
I saw bullet holes in his back, 2 of them.
You saw 2 bullet holes in his back?
I did.
Did you see anybody else at that point?
I didn't.
Okay. What did you do then?
I ran to my room and called 911.
Your Honor, can we hook up? I'm going to play for you a recording that's marked as State's Exhibit 18. And let's just. Peter went to sleep here. But
911, what is the address of your emergency?
39.
recognize the voice on that tape recording?
Yes, I do. It's me.
Be sick of State's place.
What's the emergency?
My grandson just got shot in the back when he came in the house, and I don't know if he's okay because there's 2 out there.
I'm sorry, what just happened?
My grandson just got shot
Okay, where did this happen?
at my house. He lives there
Okay,
with me.
so who shot him?
I don't know. I just
Okay.
heard the gunshots, and I would get up, and he's laying in the door.
Okay. And nobody saw anything prior to this?
No, he went to the dentist or somewhere and came home, and all I know has a bunch of gunfire. He's got a bad kid. He doesn't have a police record. He works. I don't know what happened.
Okay, is there anybody in the house that can tell you who shot him?
No, they don't know. They were threatening everybody in the house. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It's okay, we've got help headed that way. Did they say if anybody was outside arguing with him or anything?
Pardon me?
Is he breathing?
I don't know. They won't let me in the kitchen by him.
Okay. Did he say if he had like any disputes with anybody?
No, not that I know of. I'm not aware of anything.
Okay, what's your name and telephone number, ma'am?
Sharon Payne.
Okay.
614-597-5570.
Do you know if he was dropped off by anyone?
No, he went to the dentist or somewhere. He was driving my car. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
All right. Well, the officers
There's a
will be that
back
way.
out here waiting.
I'm going to go ahead and get the medic started that way, okay?
That's the damn police. Hold on.
There.
Give
Okay.
me that squad.
Ma'am?
That's the police.
Yeah, the police are there, and it's not the medics too, okay?
Why didn't you come?
Grab the common free dog. Leave everybody out of the house. Don't have about it. Okay, everyone out of the house. Grab the kids.
Was that the 911 call?
It is.
You can hear in the background at the end, someone saying, everyone out of the house.
It was one of the police officers.
So, immediately after the shooting, did anyone ask you who Casey was?
No.
Did anyone mention a gun or ask you why someone was coming into the house with a gun?
Never asked me anything. Just told me to get out of the house.
Were they fairly forceful?
Yes, they were.
Were the officers that ordered you out of the house, were they wearing uniforms like Columbus police officers,
They had on black.
black?
Mhm.
Did they have weapons?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
Morning, Ms. Payne.
Hi.
My name's Steve Mulder. I represent Mr. Meade, and I think we've met before, haven't we?
We have. We have.
Let's talk about December the 4th of 2020.
Okay.
We'll start there, and it sounds like at the time of the shooting that you were in your bedroom watching TV, and I think it was Daryl is on his phone, and I believe is it Ariana was doing it?
Ariana, yes.
And so there was quite a bit of activity in your bedroom at that time. And from your testimony, you didn't see the shooting, correct?
I did not see the shooting.
You did hear the loud commotion, right?
I did.
And I think you described on direct examination, it sounded like a chandelier crashing, right?
Yes.
And after you heard that sound, that was the chandelier crashing, you came out of your bedroom, right?
I did.
And I think the route that you described is that you then immediately were in the living room. Is that right?
Right. Because the living room door is right by my bedroom door.
That's your bedroom, right?
Yes.
The bedroom opens into the living room, correct?
No, the bedroom opens into the hall, but the living room door is right there. Like it's,
And then I think at that point you were taking steps towards the kitchen,
I was.
and then you intercepted, is it Leah? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, Leah.
Yes.
She came running down the hall, and I picked her up and took her in my room.
She was the one who was in the kitchen needing breakfast, right?
She was.
So you pick up Leah, you put her in your bedroom,
Hmm.
put her on the bed, tell her to stay there, right?
I did.
And then you actually came back out into the living room area, right?
I did.
At that time, and I think probably before that, you saw Ernest sitting on the floor, right?
Ernest, yes. Yes.
And I think his daughter was in his arms at that point, correct?
Correct.
He was dealing with her wound or her bloody arm that she had.
Right.
Now, I think that you said that that Ernest tried to stop you from going towards the kitchen, but you just continued on, right?
Right. He grabbed my arm and told me, don't, because I get shot. And I stepped away from him.
So you just continued on to towards the kitchen, and there's a doorway that connects the living room with the kitchen. Isn't
There is, yes.
And that's what you were trying to get to, is the doorway to see what was going on in the kitchen.
Correct.
right?
Hmm.
And I think that you said that when you got to the kitchen, you saw your grandson Casey was face down on the floor, right?
I did.
You didn't see anyone else in.
I did not.
And I think the 911 call that we just listened to, you told the 911 operator that he was laying in a door. Isn't that right?
On the floor. Yes.
But near the door, right?
I don't know what I said.
And you weren't able to see his feet. Is that true?
I didn't notice his feet because I was looking at his upper body.
Well, yeah, that's right. You were focused on his upper torso, correct?
Yes.
And you didn't see his feet. Isn't that right?
No, I didn't.
His head was turned towards the refrigerator, right?
It was.
And when you talked to, you've been interviewed several times in this case, right?
I have been.
One of the people that interviewed you was Detective Mounts. And isn't it true that you told Detective Mounts that Casey's body was on the floor by the back door? Didn't you tell him that?
Probably that's where it was.
Now, on direct examination, Mr. Merkel asked you a question about CCW. You remember that?
I do.
And Casey did own guns, correct?
He did.
And he actually owned more than just one semi-automatic pistol. Isn't that true?
He did.
Matter of fact, he owned 2 pistols, didn't he? And
I believe so. I believe it was 2.
he also owned an AR-15 rifle, didn't he?
You may.
Okay, so let me skip this a little bit. Right, hang on. Beep, beep, beep.
Ms. Payne, I think I asked you the question about Casey owning firearms. Do you remember that?
I do.
And I believe on direct examination, you said that Casey owned a semi-automatic pistol, didn't you?
Yes.
And in fact, he owned 2 semi-automatic pistols, didn't he?
I don't know that much about guns, but he did have two pistols.
2 handguns.
Yes.
He also had an AR-15 rifle, didn't
He had a rifle.
he? And when he was home, he would keep these weapons in the basement where his living space was, correct?
Right. That's correct.
Now, you also talked about on direct examination that Casey had a CCW permit, right?
He did.
We're unsure as far as when he got the CCW permit, but you do know that he did have a CCW permit.
I know that. Yes.
And he also took some classes in order to get a CCW permit, didn't
He did.
he? And he studied for those classes to get his CCW permit, right?
Yes.
And isn't it true that the CCW course that he took and the self-study that he did taught him about gun safety, didn't it?
I would imagine. Yes.
And that's kind of logical as far as what the reason for taking courses in CCW permit holding, right?
Yes.
That it would teach you about being a responsible gun owner, right?
Yes.
And he did get his CCW permit, and that was from the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, I
It
believe.
was.
And that entitled him to carry a concealed weapon, correct?
It did.
And you were interviewed by the FBI about this shooting that you testified about, right?
Right.
And that was at the U.S. Attorney's Office, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
Probably a few years ago, right?
It was.
So, but nonetheless, you do remember the interview.
I do.
And isn't it true that you told the FBI that after...
Well, I don't even know what the question is. Is it true you told the FBI and then you objected? Basis? Yes?
I need to start doing this. It's just because I keep changing passwords and I can't get it on my phone anymore. But I've just done something on my phone, but it's not the right one. Normally I get them straight to my email. Oh, here we go.
I think we're at the FBI interview, right?
Yes.
And at the FBI interview, there was a lengthy interview, correct?
I'm sorry.
A lengthy interview. You were
It
there for a
was.
while. All
A
right.
long time.
And isn't it true that during that interview with the FBI, that you told them that after Casey Goodson got a CCW permit, that he discharged one of the pistols inside your house?
Yes, he did.
And when he shot the gun inside your house, he didn't think it was loaded. Isn't that true?
That's correct.
And I believe that the discharge occurred in your kitchen, didn't it?
It went through the microwave, the bullet.
And so the weapon that was discharged, the bullet lodged into the microwave, right?
Did.
And you were present?
Yes.
And Ernest was present?
I believe so.
And anyone else present in the kitchen when this happened?
I'm not sure.
In the kitchens, it was a pretty small area, wasn't
It's small.
it? And I would assume that that was a pretty loud noise, right?
It was loud.
And scary situation for you, wasn't it?
It did startle me.
Now, and again, this happened, you told the FBI this happened after.
Do you guys want to approach?
Okay, here we go.
At least that wasn't my crutch.
That was loud, wasn't
It was.
it? Sorry.
That's okay.
Ms. Payne, I'm going to hand you what's been marked for identification purposes as Defendant's Exhibit E. And take a look at that and tell me when you're ready.
I see it.
Is that the picture I showed you the first time we were together?
It is.
And who is depicted in that picture?
My grandson, Casey Goodson.
You would agree that he's pointing a gun?
He is.
And you would agree that he was in a car when this happened?
He was.
As you can see the headrest.
But yeah,
And do you know who would be to his right when the gun was pointed?
I'm not sure. I measured it was one of his sisters.
And he was right-handed, wasn't
Yes,
he? And do you know who was taking the picture?
one of his sisters.
So you would agree that in this picture that's captured in Defendant's Exhibit E, that Mr. Goodson's pointing a gun inside of a car at somebody, correct?
I don't believe he was pointing it to be malicious. I believe he was goofing off.
Goofing off, okay. But you would agree he was pointing a gun at.
He was pointing a gun, yes.
You've actually ridden in the car. May I have display the exhibit?
Vote the objection.
And that's the picture that you've identified as Casey pointing a gun at somebody who's taking a picture of him, right?
Yes,
Inside a car.
yes.
Do you have that marked as an exhibit?
E. Yes.
You take that.
And isn't it true that you've ridden in the car with Casey before?
I have.
And I think you testified that he frequently carried a gun,
He always carried a gun.
always carried a gun.
Mhm.
And you've actually been in the car with him when the gun was out in plain view on the console, correct?
I have.
And you've seen that, right?
I have.
And it was in your car,
It was in my car.
Nissan Versa?
Yes.
You have a moment, Sharon?
Good.
Nothing further.
Any redirect?
We're doing unboxing live.
Ms. Payne,
Yes.
you weren't present with this.
No, I wasn't.
Does this appear to be opposed?
It is. Yes.
Did you have concerns about Casey carrying a gun all the time?
I did.
Did you express those concerns to him?
I did.
What were those concerns?
I was concerned that the police would stop him like they do a lot of
Overruled. She can answer.
black citizens. And I told him they'll stop you. They'll find a reason to stop you and something bad might happen. And he said, no, it won't, Grandma, because I got my CCW. And if they stop me, I'll just put my hands up and say, I have my CCW.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions? All right, you can step down. Thank you.
I got something pink.
Little maze around here to come up. You raise your right hand. You solemnly swear, affirm under penalty of perjury, your testimony in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Have a seat, but you already have. Pull yourself close to the microphone. That's fine. And you may inquire.
That's one.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You a little nervous?
Yes, a lot of people. Yeah, it's okay.
What do you do? What state your name for the record?
Janae Jones.
Hey, Janae, I want you to
keep your voice up so the jurors can hear you.
Okay.
Is that your maiden name?
No, my maiden name is Jana Sanford.
Okay, Janae, where are you currently living?
I live, you want the full address?
Pardon?
I live at 4246 Executive Parkway, Westerville, Ohio.
All right, so that's in Franklin County?
Yes.
Who do you live there with?
I live with my son, Christian.
And are you employed outside the home?
Yes, I am employed.
Okay, tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what you do for a living.
I work for a company called Fertility. We're contracted on to Huntington Bank.
Now, do you know Casey Goodson Jr.?
Yes.
And who is Casey Goodson Jr.?
He's my older brother.
Do you have a good relationship with him?
Yes.
I want to direct your attention to December 4th of 2020. How old were you then?
I was 18 years old.
Okay, and did you attended high school?
Yes. I did.
And what high school did you attend?
Independence High School.
In December, okay, of 2020, were you currently still attending high school?
No, I had graduated.
So you actually graduated from high school, and what was your plans after graduation?
I was just planning on working and just furthering my life. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So where were you living at that time?
I was living with my grandma at 3996 Estates Place.
That's in Columbus, Ohio?
Yes, sir.
Franklin County?
Yes.
Who did you live there with?
I was living there with my grandma, Sharon Payne, my brother, Casey Goodson, my uncle, Ernest Payne, my cousin, Linnea Cheney. My uncle's 2 children lived there as well, and Linnea's child lived there as well.
So it sounds like it's a full house.
Yes.
Okay, all of you close?
Yeah, we was pretty close.
Okay, one bathroom, everybody had to use the same bathroom.
Right. Arguing over it.
All right, I'm going to hand you what's marked as State's Exhibit 25B. All right, and we'll publish this. Sorry. Just if you can identify that for us. What is that?
It looks like my grandmother's house.
Okay, when you say the house, is it a floor diagram?
Yes.
And it shows the floor layout with the bedrooms and the rooms and everything. Is that correct?
Yes.
And we'll publish this. I just want you to mark them here. I'm going to give you a pen.
Okay.
All right, let's get this turned this way. All right. Can you mark where the front of the house is? Maybe just write front.
Okay.
And we'll show this to the jury after you fill it out.
Yes, sir.
Talk about it. Okay. And what's this room here?
It's like the patio.
Okay, why don't you write patio there? Next room in.
The living room.
So you go in the front door and you go into the living room.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes.
Now that door, did you guys use or was there?
At the time, we wasn't using it. It had like a problem with it.
Okay. So living room. And why don't you label the bedrooms and who was in each bedroom?
Okay.
So the first bedroom to the front of the house, who's that?
That was my grandma's room.
Okay. And
And Linnea stayed in there as
okay,
well.
right, Linnea.
Linnea, she stayed there as well.
And your grandma is Sharon Payne.
Yes.
And the middle bedroom.
It was Ernest's room.
Now the bedroom to the back of the house there.
That was my room.
And Ernest is Ernest Payne. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now let's go down the hall. What's the next room?
This was the bathroom.
All right. And then you've got the kitchen.
Yes.
Or you got the hallway going to the kitchen, right?
Yes. And then there's the kitchen.
All right. Now, is there another door that you can get in and out of the house from?
Yes, the side door.
Okay. So why don't you go out the side door and it goes onto what, a little patio or a little
Yes.
porch? Okay. Why don't you just put another key there?
Okay.
All right. And then why don't you place where Estates Place would be?
Estates Place is on
I
this street.
want to write that out there in the margin.
Okay.
And then what road would that be? Because you're on a corner, right? What would the road be down here?
It was Sales Road.
It's a case.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yes, I haven't been there in a minute.
All right. So let me just publish this. May I publish this?
Yes.
Any objection?
All right, let's just go over this. It's a little cumbersome because can't do it from up there, okay? And let me just try to scroll out here a little bit. All right. So let's kind of go through what you've marked here. So you've got what is this coming up to the house here?
It's a sidewalk.
All right. And you've got Estates Place here, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're on a corner. So then this would be across here.
Yes.
And then this is the front patio. Man, it's hard to do when you front patio.
Yes.
Is that the front door that you're talking about that sticks?
Yes, that is the front door.
So when you come into the house through the front door, you'd be entering the living room.
Yes, sir.
Now let's go through the bedrooms real quick. Front bedroom.
Yes, that's my grandmother Sharon's, and Linnea was staying in there as well.
Okay. And then you've got the next bedroom.
Yes, where my uncle Ernest was staying.
All right. And then you've got your bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. And then we've got the bathroom.
Yes.
And we've got the kitchen.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's look at these black boxes that they've got drawn in here in the kitchen. The black box that is closest towards the hall going towards your bedroom. What is that?
A refrigerator.
Okay. And then the next black box that's going towards the side door, the direction of the side door is what?
It's a stove.
All right. And then what about this table over here?
That was our kitchen table, our dining table.
All right. Now, where did Casey stay?
Casey stayed in the basement.
Okay. And how did you get to the basement when you were in the house?
Like walking through the side door, if you go straight, it's right down there.
Okay. So I'm just going to point, here's the porch. You said this is the side door right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you just went straight, that's a door there?
Yes, there's a door.
So if you come in the side door, you just walk straight about how many feet?
I wouldn't know exactly, but it's 1 or 2 steps.
Yeah, pretty, not
Pretty
much
close.
space.
Not much space at all.
And so there's a door there, and that door would swing out.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's steps that go down to the basement.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where I'm pointing here for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, would that be where the steps go downstairs?
Yes.
And that's where Casey stayed.
Yes, sir.
Identified everything as far as the sidewalk that's coming to the front of the house. What does this coming around here? Is that another sidewalk?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so it looks like it goes south towards Case, and then it comes across, and then it goes into this area here. What are these lines here? What's this line?
It was like a gate
Okay.
or a fence.
All right. There's a gate. And so this is a gated backyard.
Yes.
All right. And the line that they have drawn out here, would that be the gate to the fence?
Yes.
And that all encompasses the porch is inside the gated area.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you about that gate. Did you guys open and shut that gate, or was it stuck?
Yes, it would get stuck kind of in the,
It did work.
yes, so sometimes it would kind of get stuck on the sidewalk.
Is it because the sidewalk was unlevel and the gate was scraping on the?
Yeah, it was scraping.
So for the most part, the gate stayed open.
Yes.
And then where you've got the P, that's the porch that you're talking about to get into the side door to come into the little foyer to go into the kitchen.
Yes, sir.
So you go right to the kitchen or you go left to the living room.
Yes, sir.
And the door that opens up when you come from the porch into the house from the side door, that door swings towards the living room.
Yes.
Now I want to turn your attention to the events of December 4th of 2020. Is that the date in which Casey was shot?
Yes, it was.
And do you remember?
Yes.
Tell us what you first remember in the morning when you woke up. Do you remember hearing your mom in the house?
Yes, I do remember.
What you remember.
I remember waking up and hearing my mom. I didn't see her, but I remember hearing her voice.
And do you know why she was there?
Yes, she was dropping my little brother off.
And what's your little brother's name?
Oh, my little brother, Daryl.
Okay. And they had a name for Daryl, didn't they?
Yes, Baby D.
And why do you know why she was dropping Baby D off?
So Casey could watch him while she went to work.
And did Casey usually watch Baby D?
All the time, yes.
Right. And what was the relationship between the two of them?
There was
Background.
Relationship between Casey and the little brother.
Overruled, if you can answer.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
they were really close, always together. They were super close.
Now, I mentioned your mother's name is?
Tamala Payne.
That's Casey's.
Yes.
Well,
What was, when you got up, what was your plans for the day?
That day I was planning to go door dashing with my cousin Linnea.
Was Linnea there?
Yeah, she was there.
And were her children there?
Yes, her daughter was there.
And was Ernest home?
Yes, he was home. Okay.
Was Sharon?
Yes, she was home.
So it sounds like that it was a full house.
Yes, yes,
Except one person wasn't. Is that right?
yes.
Who was that?
Casey.
Now, explain to the ladies and gentlemen, you say DoorDash. I mean, because back then, DoorDash was probably just starting up.
Yeah, okay.
What is DoorDash?
DoorDash is a food delivery service. You can drive and pick up and deliver people's foods and make earning from it.
And how were you going to do this? Whose car were you going to use? And what were you going to do?
We were going to use Linnea's car. She always was driving, and I would get out and pick up the order. So we had a little system to it.
So you and Linnea decided this is what you were going to do. What did you guys do? Start getting ready for the day?
Yes. So we always talk about what we're going to do or what time we're going to leave, and then we both started to get dressed.
Where did Linnea go?
Linnea was in the bathroom preparing for a shower.
And where did you go?
I went to my room to do just to get ready, do my hair things.
And again, let's just Rachel, I'll just leave this up here. Sorry, I took it off. But okay, so you were in your bedroom. Now, where did Linnea stay?
She stayed in the front room with my grandma.
Okay, yeah, here.
Yes.
Okay, so Linnea decided to go to use the bathroom first.
Yes.
Get ready.
Yes.
Okay, and then you went to your bedroom.
Yes.
You remember if your door was open or shut?
It was shut.
Okay, and why is that? Do you normally shut the door?
Yeah, especially in a big house, you shut the door.
When you were in the bedroom, were you playing music or what? Tell us. You're 18. What?
Yeah, so I was playing music and something was on the TV in the background, and just getting dressed, just vibing, I guess.
So you had a TV in there?
Yes, sir.
And were you playing music on your phone or what were you playing music?
Yes, I was playing something on the back of the TV. I can't recall if it was on my phone or I wasn't on my phone though.
How high was the volume?
Pretty medium, I guess.
While you were getting ready, did you notice something that took place?
Yes, I seen a notification from my AirPods. Usually they come to just let you know they're in a facility.
Now, the AirPods you're talking about, would those be AirPods that had belonged to you?
Yes.
All right. And where were those AirPods?
Casey had the AirPods.
And explain to the ladies and jury, how did that come about that Casey had and we're talking about AirPods, just so everybody understands. I think everybody knows what they are. Okay. But what are they?
They're like Bluetooth headphones. You can listen to music, watch TV.
Put them in your ears?
Yes, you will put them in your ears.
And you can listen to music and everything?
Yes.
How is it that Casey had your AirPods?
Casey was working and he needed them for work, and I was out of work due to breaking my pelvis, so I let him have them for work.
Now, at this time, you were okay?
Yes, at the time I was okay.
Was it some time ago?
Yes.
Do you have any idea about how long?
Maybe a month or so before December 4th, I gave him the AirPods.
And it's because why?
Due to me breaking my pelvis earlier in the year, I wasn't working and he was, so I knew he needed them so I can keep him going at work.
So and he'd had them ever since then?
Yes, he had them ever since.
You're fine with that?
Yes, I was okay with that.
Well, let me ask you this, okay? Since they were your AirPods, when you used your AirPods, what would you use them for?
To listen to music mainly.
Okay. And can you tell us roughly about like young people?
Right.
Did you play loud, soft, or what?
Oh yeah, I would play it loud, almost to where I couldn't hear anything. They're very loud.
So they worked.
Yes, they worked.
Okay. When you had them in and was playing music, were there times when you would have them so loud that you couldn't hear people?
Yes.
Is that quite often? Or?
Yes, that is quite often. I don't know why, but I always liked it loud, super loud.
Well, and were you familiar with how Casey liked to play the AirPods?
If she knows.
As far as volume wise,
yes. Usually they would be pretty loud. You would have to get his attention in other way, like tapping or something, because they would be loud.
Now, when you transferred it to Casey, did he use them much? You know?
Oh yes, he had them in all the time.
Okay, so wherever he went, he had the AirPods.
Yes, like
When you go outside,
yes,
everyday activities.
yes. Sometimes just strolling around the house. Outside, definitely, he would have the AirPods in.
So you testified that you got something that looked like some type of notification or something, that maybe your AirPods were in the vicinity or something.
Yeah.
What was the next thing that you occurred after that?
I just remember hearing like loud noise, like a loud bang.
And what was the loud banging that you heard?
Like,
I mean, what did it sound like?
like a gun going off. That's what it sounded like.
What was your first reaction?
I just like kind of like dug, and then I was like, okay, let me go and see what happened. So I ran out the door.
And you know, this tough question or whatever, but you heard about. Do you know how many loud banging sounds did you hear?
I couldn't be exact on how many.
Was there more than one?
Yes, there was more than one.
Were there? How would you characterize it that you heard? If you
Just like a loud, like bow, bow, bow. Like it was a lot of loud noises.
So what you said you first didn't know what was going on? What did you do then?
I ran out the door and towards like where I heard the gunshots coming from.
All right, let's stop there a little second here. So this is the door to your bedroom.
Yes.
And so you came out the door. Okay. Now, which way did you go? Did you go towards the front door?
No, I went towards past the bathroom, towards the
Okay.
kitchen.
So you came down this hallway.
Yes, sir.
All right. And about how far did you make it? You were heading towards the kitchen.
Yes.
And did you go past the bathroom?
Yes, I did go past the bathroom.
Do you know where Linnea was at this time?
She was in the bathroom.
How far were you planning to go towards the kitchen?
I was planning to go all the way in the kitchen if I could have, but I didn't get all the way in the kitchen.
And how far in did you get?
Kind of about where the refrigerator meets the counter.
All right. So I'm going to hand you 25 again, and maybe you just could draw a line from your bedroom,
Okay.
okay, the path that you took, to about the point that you made it to the kitchen.
Oh, right there.
Thank you. So it looks like where the line stopped, you're somewhere in the vicinity of near what you've previously identified as the
Refrigerator. Yes.
Okay. Next time I'm coming up, you're going to be writing like an R there or something. Okay. And that's where you stopped. Why did you stop there?
Because I just seen Casey.
Yeah.
And
How did you see Kate? I mean, what did you see?
Casey, he was like, his hands were like up, like right here. It almost looked as if like he was falling over.
And was he face up or face down?
He was face down, but his head was turned this way. Like I could see his eyes in the way he was faced.
So that his face would have been facing towards you.
Yes, towards me.
And he was face down.
Yes.
And you said his hands were out.
Yes.
I guess if he was falling.
Yes.
Could you see his whole body?
I couldn't see like his full body, but his upper half.
I'm going to again have you mark on here on State's Exhibit 25B. Can you put approximately like where you saw Casey?
Like in this area right here.
Okay.
Like a circle.
That'd be fine. You can mark it as a circle. I know it's not
Or
proportional.
I guess in this area right here. Just like the line. I'm sorry.
So you've got him. That's where you believe that you saw him when you came.
Yeah.
How long a look did you get?
I didn't get a very long look. I was told to go back.
Okay. And there were some officers coming.
Yes.
And was there an officer there when you were starting to come into the kitchen?
Not that time when I came into the kitchen. There wasn't like an officer in front of Casey or anything. I just heard it, and then I heard go back. So I went back.
So you heard orders and commands, go back.
Yes.
And did you comply with that?
Yes, I did. I went in the bathroom with my cousin Linnea.
Did you and Linnea wonder what was going on?
Yeah, we were very confused.
What did you do while you were in the bathroom?
I remember calling my older sister and telling her, like, I think Casey's been shot and to come over.
I'm sorry, I missed that last one.
And just telling her what happened. Like, I don't know what happened. I think Casey's been shot. Like, she had to get over there.
what's the, did you realize then that as to who it is that was telling you to go back? Did you kind of, did you figure out who it was, or was it just kind of like, hey, the way they were acting?
Yeah. Yeah, it was just off of like the way they said, like, get back and things like that. I guessed it was them, but I didn't know for sure if it was the police or not.
Yeah, because did they identify themselves as police?
No, I never.
Or marshals?
No,
Or sheriff?
no.
They were just giving commands to tell you what to do.
Yes.
Now, when you're in there, then you're kind of realizing that Casey's out there.
Right.
Okay. What did you decide to do?
I decided to get my phone, and I was trying to go out there to get some video recording.
Okay, and were you able to get out there?
Not as like far as I did the first time, but just a little bit. I barely got anything.
And what happened when you were doing that?
There was a man, and he had like a gun pointed at me. And it was like a bright light, so I really couldn't see much, and I was scared. So I ran back in.
So you said there was a man. Do you remember how he was dressed?
Like with the vest on, I guess, and I just remember maybe a hat on his head.
And did he say who he was, or did he give you any commands when you're coming out there trying to videotape?
Yeah, just to get back.
And you said a bright light. Was that the bright light from off his gun?
Yes, I believe so.
So the gun was pointed at you?
Yes.
Councilwoman approach.
Okay, let's fast forward this a little bit then.
So where did you go when he said, get back?
I just ran back to the bathroom.
What's the next thing that you remember happening?
Eventually, a lot of cops came in, and they were just like, we had to get out, and they were escorting us out the house.
Did you have time to grab anything, coats or anything, or whatever to go?
No, I was in shorts and no shirt on.
And which door did they usher you through?
They took us through to the front door.
Okay, so you never got to see in the kitchen anymore as to Casey or anything along those lines?
No.
So did they usher the entire family out the front door?
Yes, they told us all to get out, the kids and all of us.
Let me ask you this. When you were out there, did you see, when you left the house, okay, did you see your grandmother's Nissan Versa?
Yes, I did see it.
And was that the car that Casey you would drive?
Yes.
And was Linnea's car out there? Did you guys want to go to that?
Yes, Linnea's car was out there as well.
I'm going to hand you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 21. It's a photograph, okay? You recognize any of the vehicles in that photograph?
Yes, this is Linnea's car.
All right, and why don't you just kind of circle which was Linnea's car? It's the only car in it's the only car in the photograph, right?
Yes, the blue car.
Yeah,
It's the pen. Yes, the pen isn't working well. I'm sorry.
It's 21.
I'm wondering.
And try to circle.
Okay.
And there's two individuals by that car. Who's that?
Me and Linnea.
And do you recognize that photograph? Or I mean, do you recognize when it would be taken?
Yes, I remember that's the day that Casey died, when we were outside, after we were ushered out the house.
And I'm going to hand you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 22. Do you see you in that photograph as well?
Yes, I'm right here with the blanket
Why
around me.
don't you circle where you are? Now, in that photograph, you see the vehicle that was Linnea's, and her car was facing north.
Yes, kind of parked in the right direction.
Okay, so it's facing south.
Yes. Yeah, not Case.
And there's a vehicle that's in front of that that's facing the opposite direction. Can you identify that vehicle?
That's my grandma's car.
Okay, why don't you circle that? Just put a G by it, I guess.
Sorry, it's hard to see.
And then across the street, there seems to be, what is that across the street?
A fire hydrant.
Okay, circle the fire. And do these appear to be fair and accurate representation of the you and the scene at the time that this had occurred?
Yes.
Both photographs, 21 and 22. Just one moment, John. Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah. Sorry about that. I guess I should publish these photographs to you. We're walking back and forth, so let me show you 21. All right, now this is one where you'd indicated this is Linnea's vehicle.
Yes.
And who is this with the blanket?
That was me.
And who is in the pink?
That's Linnea.
Okay, and you see all the officers out here, is that right?
Yes.
And you don't know whose truck that is, it has the door open.
No, I don't know.
You ever seen that truck before?
No.
Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 22. You previously identified this. Again, who is this with the gray blanket?
That's me.
And the car again is?
Linnea's car.
And that's Linnea in the pink?
Yes.
You can see Casey's car, correct?
Yes, my grandma's.
Across the street, you've circled the fire hydrant.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, who is this person here?
It's very hard to see.
Can you see her?
That looks like my grandma.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Any cross-examination?
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Ms. Jones.
Good morning.
We've met before. My name is Mark Collins. And as you know, sometimes I talk fast.
Okay.
So if you want me to slow down or you don't understand the questions, just let me know, okay? It'll be real easy. So back on December 4th, you did not actually see the shooting, correct?
No, I didn't see the shooting.
And you were in your room, I think, playing music, maybe through the TV, getting ready, and maybe on the Instagram, is that right?
Right.
That's when you heard the noise, right?
Yes.
Okay. And at first, I think you remember meeting with a detective on that day, December 4th, later that night.
Yes, I do.
And you remember telling the detective at first, your first reaction was actually, geez, I think that's Casey, meaning he caused the noise, right?
That was my oh wow, because I was like, why would somebody do something to my house or to anybody in my house?
Right. But you were like, what the F, Tank? You were thinking to yourself, what the F, Tank? What did you do now? You see what I'm saying? That's
Right.
what you told the investigator, correct?
Right.
Okay. And then when you went out there, okay, you could only see the upper torso, correct?
Correct.
Now, at that point in time, you heard commands as well, right?
Yes, they were telling me to get back.
So there was someone actually in that area before you got out to that area, correct?
Yes, but just not in front of Casey.
Understood, but obviously that person saw you, right?
Yes.
And that person said, get back.
Yes.
Okay, and you did that, correct?
Correct.
Now, may I approach you with this, Sharon?
Okay.
Mr. Jones? May I approach?
You may.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, I'm going to hand you with the mark for identification purposes and defendant's exhibit F. Could you take a look at that?
Yes.
Going to make a question from here? Make it easier.
Okay.
And that's a picture of the refrigerator and a door back leading the other way, correct?
Correct.
So on the right side of that picture, that's where you would have been coming towards, correct?
Yes. Something like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And that's a fair and accurate depiction of how that appeared back on December 4th, correct?
Yes.
May I publish this, Your Honor?
You may.
That'll be good. Just need to-
All right, I just 21. Thanks.
So defendant's F, you identified as fair and accurate. So you would have been actually you said you almost made it to this area, right? Where the tip of my pen is?
That's the door though. That's closer to the hallway. I made it further in.
Okay, so right about here?
Yes, between where the cabinet meets the refrigerator.
Right. Okay, so then here, but now the door is not in the picture, correct? The door is way over here, right?
That is correct.
Okay. And when you saw the torso, did you see his hood up?
I can't recall about the hood.
You told the ladies and gentlemen on direct that you saw his eyes.
Yes, I did see his eyes.
And it was COVID. Did you see his mask on?
I just remember seeing his eyes, honestly.
Do you know, did he normally wear a skull cap?
I'm sorry.
A do-rag or a skull cap? Do you know if did Casey normally wear that, correct?
No.
Okay, so if he had one on that day in a picture, that would be incorrect.
Overruled, if you know.
I don't know if he had one on or not.
So, and I'm not trying to trick you. If there's a picture with his hood up and a skull cap, you didn't see that when you saw him on the ground.
No, that's not what I seen.
You just saw the hands down. Now, you said that it was like he was falling. He had already fallen to the ground, correct? Before when you saw that, correct?
When I ran out there, it was just like I seen his hands like this. It was, like I said, like he was falling.
Or was he on the ground like he had fallen?
Yes, like he was there, but it was like he had fallen.
As though he fell.
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't actually see him falling down.
No, I didn't see him like fall.
And then you mentioned some things. You've mentioned some things that are specific to the house you were living at. All right, so let's take one at a time. Specifically, you guys did not use as a family the front door to go in and out, correct?
At the time, no, because it was a problem with it.
At the time, you did. But if you weren't part of the family or were a neighbor or friend that didn't know that, you wouldn't know that, correct?
No, I guess not.
Okay. And then there was testimony of the way that Casey's car was parked, the opposite of what Lene's was parked, correct?
Yes.
And again, there's been testimony that if the family knows he parks that way, but if you weren't part of the family or you weren't a neighbor, you wouldn't know that that's the way he parked.
I guess not.
It parked the wrong way, right? Okay. Now, with regards to the gate, Mr. Short talked about the gate. Again, if you had never been there before, you would not know that the gate stuck or would latch and things like that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then with the AirPods, now you mentioned that you gave him so that he could work. So he worked. He had the AirPods in when he was working, correct?
Yeah, on his breaks. I don't know. I wasn't there while he was working to know when he used them.
You told Mr. Shorter that you gave them to him so he could use them while he was working. That was your understanding.
Right.
So logic and common sense. So he would work with those while he was in his ears, correct?
Overruled, if you know the answer.
He used them sometime while he was at work. I don't know if it was while he was working or when he was on break or exactly when, but it was while he was at work.
Perfect. And you told Mr. Shorter that he always had him in. And that he, right? So, but if you didn't know Casey or never experienced him or met him before, you wouldn't know that he always had him in, correct?
Right.
You wouldn't know he had him in, especially if he had a hood on and a skull cap, correct?
Correct. They were small. You can't see them.
Correct. So, may I have a moment here? You may. Okay. May I have a moment?
You may.
One other topic. We talked before, right?
We spoke. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
It was easy then, it's easy now, right?
Yes.
And do you remember telling me before that, hey, people were shouting commands in that kitchen, in that whole house, it was chaotic right at that point, right?
I mean, yes, it was chaotic.
People running, people going in and out, people. Tim, I couldn't see the witness the entire time here.
Come on, ask your questions.
Is this okay? Can you hear me here?
I can hear you.
Chaotic in that area, right? And people yelling commands, right? Okay. And you remember telling me, did you see any insignias on there? Any markings of law enforcement or anything like that?
I don't recall.
And do you remember telling me the first time that you figured they were the police when you heard the commands, correct?
Right.
Okay. If they weren't bad guys trying to hurt you or anything like that, they were just potentially trying to figure out what was going on, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
Overruled. Overruled, she can answer if she knows.
I didn't know what they were doing, if they were there to help or not. I didn't know what they were doing there. I just know I seen my brother and he was dead or he was hurt on the floor. That's what I remember.
I see, Ms. Jones, and I'm just asking you, the first time you and I talked, you said, yeah, I figured that they were the police, correct?
Yes, I did, because of the way they were yelling it. I did figure it was the police.
That's all. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time today.
Any redirect?
Yeah, just
I think he moved and then he died.
Now, I just want to clear this up, okay? Just make this sure. Mr. Collins kept pointing back here by this door.
Mhm.
You had indicated you were up, when you peeked in, when you looked in, where you said between the corner of the refrigerator and the counter?
Yes.
Okay, and so you weren't back by this door?
No, that's like across from the bathroom.
Yeah, right. I don't know what's the purpose is back by the door. Did you see your brother?
Yes, I seen him.
And did you see him face down?
Yes.
And did you see him with his hands out?
Yes.
And was his eyes and his face facing you?
Yes, his eyes was looking at me.
Thank you.
Oh, you can step down. Thank you.
I think the state, somebody objected. I think he was standing in front of the state attorney. The state attorney objected, saying, look, he's standing right in front of me. I can't see the witness, Your Honor. Or something like that. Anyway, somebody objected.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our lunch break now.
Okay, so I will skip to the other one now then. We'll go to the afternoon stream over here. Bear with me whilst I do this. Then I will show you my new weights and then we'll continue. If you have not liked the stream yet, please make sure that you do. If you don't want to, then that's fine, but P, like Sarah says, Sarah C says P off. Right, this is the one. Right, that one. But before I go there, yeah, so this was what I got. Weights. So I got two 2-kilogram weights and two 5-kilogram weights. So I can do some circuit training and do some weight works. So that's my next phase in trying to lose weight and get fit and stuff. So we successfully did the 100-mile challenge in less than the time allotted for it. And now we're on to other stuff. So, right. I agree with both, CG. I agree with both of them. It's mostly for, it came with this as well. So I'll be using 5K to do all these exercises, but I also want to do some walking with a 2K, you know. So not doing 5K, you know, so. Right, let's get back into it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, please make sure that you like the channel, the stream, please. That would be very beneficial. Thank you. And also, I did listen to you. I did take 4 spoonfuls of salt and put it in here. I'm just thirsty now. Bex told me put 4 spoonfuls of salt in here and a little bit of water, drink it, and I just get thirsty. Hey, she is. How are you? You and Hippie Chick in the bad books, you both missed the intro today. You're both in the intro. So, oh God. But for the next stream later on, you'll be in the intro again. So, never did I ever. No, I'm joking. She likes it salty though, she said. Right, let's get on with this. It's a little bit here now, about 2 hours worth, and then we'll go on to the next stream, where if people stick around, they'll see themselves in the next stream. So here we go. I can fast forward.
The afternoon.
I'm assuming that'll take up the afternoon. Because at that point I'm out of witnesses for the day.
Prior to bringing in the jury, well, let the record reflect, we did, it came to my attention recently that certain media members had inappropriate contact with jurors. We have individually voir dire to each of the jurors, and I'm advising everyone in this courtroom to not have inappropriate contact with the jurors. Do we need to put anything else on the record prior to bringing in the jurors?
No, Your Honor.
What's wrong with people? Why would you contact jurors and speak to them? Why? They've already lost a juror. They've already lost one juror. Was that the reason they lost one juror? So on the day 2, they lost a juror, and maybe that is why, because they spoke to a media member. I don't get it, but there you go.
All right, let's go get them.
X failed you, bed failed me, everything failed me. Right, come on, what should we do?
There's a little maze to get around here. You raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm under penalty of perjury your testimony in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Have a seat. Pull yourself up close to the microphone.
Thank you.
You may inquire. Somebody may inquire.
I proceed, Your Honor.
You may.
Afternoon. Would you tell ladies and gentlemen of the jury your name, please?
Yes, my name is Ernest Payne.
That Ernest Payne Jr.?
Yes, Ernest Payne Jr.
How are you related to Sharon Payne?
That's my mother.
Okay. And were you related to Casey Goodson?
Yes, that's my nephew.
Mr. Payne, back in December 4th, 2020, where were you living?
At my mother's house,
Okay. Where's that located?
3996 East 6.
Are you familiar with that location?
Yes,
Did you grow up at that location?
yes, pretty much. Yeah.
I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 19.
Mhm.
You recognize that area.
Yes.
And what is that area?
This is the area we live in. That's Carl Road. That's Ferris. That's our house. It's just never.
Maybe, I guess I have it turned the wrong way. Why don't you point those things out again, please?
This is Carl Road. This is Ferris. The intersection. That's our house. That's the next street over. This is just our neighborhood.
Okay. And is that located here in the city of Columbus?
Yes. North side.
I'm going to show you what I marked as State's Exhibit 11A. You recognize what's depicted in that diagram.
Yes. That's the inside of 3996.
Okay. Well, let's point some things out here.
Okay.
Estates runs where? Where is Estates?
It's on States and Gates.
Yeah, but on this diagram.
This is the States right here in the front.
Well, I'm sorry. That's a sidewalk there.
Yeah.
If you look at the
Right.
diagram.
The street is up there.
Right. And what's the name of the street down here?
Case.
Okay. This is the front porch?
Yes.
Okay. This would be what?
The living room.
All right. Whose bedroom was this back on
That was
December?
my mother's bedroom.
Okay. And
I was in the middle room and my niece was in the back room.
okay. This area is what?
The kitchen area.
Okay. So kitchen area, you got a bathroom here,
Mhm. The little hallway right
a
there.
little hallway that connects there.
It's also a little hallway right here.
Okay. And this was the living room, correct?
Correct.
Okay. What's this over here?
That's the side door.
Okay. Now, is this the fenced in area here?
Yes. All the way around.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about, is this a large house?
No, the house is not that big.
Okay. Back in December of 2020,
Yes.
what was the condition of the front door?
It was damaged. We used the side door because the front doorknob used to stick, so we just used the side
Difficult
to open it. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you would typically enter and exit the house through the side
Everybody,
door?
yes.
Okay. How about this gate here? Was it free swinging or?
It was broken. The gate that was on there, it was broken. So it wasn't like, you could see straight through.
Okay. generally would be open like it's depicted in the diagram.
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right. Sorry, I've got too many folders. In front of you, what's been marked as Exhibit 25C.
Okay.
And that's a smaller version of the same diagram I just showed you, right?
Right.
Okay. I want you to mark on here, if you will, just put LR in the living room. Put EP in your bedroom. Put SP in your mother's bedroom. And JS is, that's your niece, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Who else lived there on December 4th, 2020?
My niece Linnea and her daughter. And it was nine of us in there. 9 or 10 of us. My daughter, my 2 daughters, me, my niece Jana, my niece Linnea, her daughter Leah. My other little nephew was there, Baby D, Casey, and my mom.
Okay. Well, now was Baby D wasn't living?
No, he wasn't living there. He was just there.
He was there that day.
Right.
Okay. Now Casey, where did Casey stay?
He was downstairs in the basement.
Okay. And the steps to the basement are where?
As soon as you come in the side door, they're straight ahead, straight down the steps.
Okay, so directly opposite the side door here?
Yep. So as soon as you come in, right here.
Okay. And put a K here for the kitchen so we don't have any doubts as to what that is. Okay. Now, let's talk about December 4th, 2020, which is a day I'm sure you recall.
Right.
You remember that morning?
Yeah, I remember that morning.
Did you see Casey that morning?
I did see Casey.
Tell us about that.
I was waking up and I came out the room to use the bathroom. At the same time, he was already at the bathroom door, knocking on the bathroom door because my mom was in the bathroom.
Okay. There's only one bathroom in the house, right?
There's 2, but the other one don't work. So we used the one upstairs.
Right, there's one in the basement.
Yes.
And did you and Casey interact?
Yeah, we said what's up to each other, but he was in a rush. He had a dentist appointment that morning, so he was kind of in a rush. So we just said what's up and kept moving.
Did you remain at home?
Yes, I remained at home a little time after he left.
Okay, so he left. You were still at home.
Yes.
Did you leave the house at any point?
Yes, I did. A little while after he left, I left to go to the store.
Okay. So you left the house. Do you have any idea about what time of the day it was?
I'm not sure what time it was. I said it was around like 11:30 maybe.
When this whole interaction took place, or?
Oh no, you talking about the interaction with Casey when I seen him?
Yeah.
Oh, that was like 9 o'clock.
Okay. And when you left the house, how long were you gone?
I only went to the store, so I was gone probably 10 minutes tops.
So you ran down to the store, bought something, and
came back. Yep.
And when you got home, what did you do?
I went back to the bedroom, the room that I was in.
Okay, to your bedroom?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you remain there?
Yes.
Okay. What about, and I said, you said your 2 kids, you have a daughter?
2 daughters that was there. 2 daughters that was there at the time, yes.
Okay. And what were their ages at that?
At that time, one of them was 10 and the other one was 3.
3, okay.
Yes.
What were they doing?
At the time, they was just playing with their cousins. And I believe my niece, Leah, my daughter was eating cereal at the kitchen table.
Okay.
And my nephew.
Your niece, Leah?
Yeah, one of the younger children that was there.
Whose daughter is she?
That's Linea's daughter.
Okay. And they were both eating cereal?
Yeah, at the table.
Okay. And what happened then?
Then my mother brought my daughter into the room because she had
Which one?
Tiana, the 3-year-old.
The 3-year-old.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's identify him by age. That way-
We know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she brought my 3-year-old in a room. She had a wart on her arm, and it was
Okay.
bleeding pretty bad.
Okay.
So at the time, I hopped up, got a wet cloth, went back into the middle room, and was
You're trying to stop the bleeding.
stopped the bleeding on her arm.
Okay. At that point, did anything unusual happen?
Yes.
Tell us what happened.
I heard 5 to 6 rapid shots and a glass explosion.
The glass exploded?
Yeah, like the glass exploded, like the screen door. The glass in the screen door exploded.
Okay, so you heard glass breaking?
Yes.
When you say exploded, you're not talking like a
I mean, the way it
bomb.
sounded to me, that's what it sounded like.
Okay, all right. And you say you heard 5 or 6 shots?
Yeah, rapid shots.
Okay. Rapid there,
Yeah.
right after.
Yeah, one after another.
What did you do?
I hopped up immediately.
Now you're in your bedroom at that
I'm in the middle room.
Okay. You didn't see anything?
No, I ain't see nothing. I just heard it.
Okay. All you're doing is hearing.
Yes.
And so you get up, and where did you go?
I made a right in the hallway and went towards my mother's room.
Okay, draw that on that diagram that you have in front of you, kind of your route.
Boom, I got it.
Okay. And as you went to your mother's room, could you see anything at that point?
I couldn't see anything, but because the living room, I had to go to the living room in order to see. But
Go ahead.
I did stop to tell my mom at her room, I think they shot CJ.
Okay. You made that statement to your mother.
Yes.
What was she doing at that point?
I don't know exactly what she was doing at that point. I know she was in the room. I couldn't say what she was doing.
So then after stopping at your mother's doorway, I take it, or did you go into the room?
I went I cut it through the living room to go see
I'm sorry, into your mother's bedroom? Did you, when you spoke to your mother, did you actually go in the room, or did
No.
you just talk in the doorway?
in the doorway.
Okay. Because the way the hall goes, that's the way to the living room, right?
Yes.
You walk right by the
Past her
door.
door. Yes.
And so tell us what happened when you got into the living room.
When I got into the living room, I was trying to go around to the kitchen, and I was met by an officer at the side door.
Okay. Did you get all the way to the kitchen?
No, I didn't make it to the kitchen.
Now, when you say the side door, are you talking about the outside side door?
No, I'm talking about the side door that's right here. That's in the kitchen, basically.
Okay, the door between the living room and the kitchen?
Yes, but this door was kicked open.
Okay, so it was open all the way.
Yes, it was kicked open.
Why don't you draw a line indicating how the door was positioned?
We're at an angle like that.
Okay. Now, you've already you're drawing your route after you heard the shots,
Yes.
and we stopped your route there pretty much at the entrance to your mother's bedroom.
Right.
Show us, draw the route that you took from that point. Okay, and how far did you get into the living room?
I got about right here where he could see me.
Okay.
And he told me, when I seen him, when I came in eye contact, he said, "Motherfucker, get down on the ground before I shoot." That's what he told me.
Did he have a gun?
Yes, he had it aimed at me and my 3-year-old daughter.
Okay. Now, so you're carrying her?
Yes, I have my 3-year-old daughter in my arms.
Okay. Now, why don't you put an X approximately where this officer was that spoke to you?
He was right here. In the
Okay. And put a circle where
I was.
where I assume you stopped.
Yes,
frontage.
of course.
Okay. And did he instruct you to do anything?
Yes, he instructed me to get down on the floor and don't fucking move.
Okay. And did you do that?
Absolutely.
May I publish this, Your Honor?
You may.
Okay, so just to clarify, the circle here, that's where you ended up after the officer issued orders to you. Is that right?
Yes.
And the officer is standing right about over in here,
Up in the doorway right there.
and the door is no longer at it's not at a 90-degree angle, but it's
Kicked open.
into the room.
Yes.
Okay, could you see into the kitchen from there?
No, I can only see the side door. That's it.
Okay. You're talking about this door, or are you talking about the outside door?
Now I can see the outside screen door. I can
Okay.
see into the kitchen.
Okay. And what happened next?
Next, the dog. It was, my nephew Casey had a dog. Her name was Sasha, and she ran like towards the officer that gave me commands.
What kind of dog is that?
It was a Rottweiler.
Okay.
And he demanded somebody to get the dog. Get this fucking dog before I shoot it. So I told Sasha, like, Sasha, go lay down. And she ran and she went lay down.
Okay. So you gave the dog a verbal command.
Yes.
And the dog obeyed you.
Yes.
Okay. What happened next?
Next, my mother, she came out of her room and she was coming into the front room and she went past me. But the officer who had me at gunpoint, I didn't want her to get shot. So I tried to like reach up to grab her and grab her hand because she was trying to get into the kitchen. So I reached up to grab her hand and same officer told me again, don't fucking move or I'll shoot you. I'm trying to get my mom, but she's not paying any attention.
Right.
So like me trying to grab her.
So what did she do?
She peeked her head around the wall right here where the side door is. She peeked her head around that and looked into the kitchen.
Here, let me bring this back to you.
Can they use Elmo? Can they use it? That's great.
And why don't you, with maybe a dotted line, give us kind of her route through the room.
And this dot right here would be her when she looked around this.
So she's standing pretty much right next to that officer?
Right there beside, and that's why I was trying to grab her when she was walking close.
You were concerned about
Yeah, I didn't want her to get shot.
So she basically comes down along the wall and to the doorway and peeks around the corner.
Yes, into the kitchen.
Okay. Did she remain there?
No.
What did she do?
She turned around and she went back into her bedroom and went and called 911.
Okay. What happened next?
Next, I heard them giving commands to my siblings that was in the house, telling them don't fucking move, get down, be still. And it felt like a long time, but then eventually it was like 5 more officers that came to the side door, and they all came in. 2 of them came up to me, told me get the fuck up. I had my daughter in my arms still the whole time. He told me go out the front door. I got up, went to the front door, but the front door handle it sticks, so it's a problem opening the door. So I'm trying to open up the door. The whole time he got me at gunpoint behind me, and he telling me, "What are you fucking doing? Don't do nothing stupid. I'll fucking shoot you." Just being nasty for no reason.
It's just not. It's not being offered for the truth of the matter asserted, Your Honor. It's just telling what happens.
Ask another question.
Okay, so you're at the door. You're not able to. Are you? Excuse me. Are you eventually able to get it open?
Yes, I got it open.
Okay. And once you got it open, what did you do?
I went outside and I was at.
Still have your daughter?
Yeah, I still have my 3-year-old daughter. She had on a t-shirt and some shorts.
Okay.
And we was forced outside, but as soon as we stepped outside, it was 60 guns pointing and they talking about get out the line of fire.
Okay. When you say 60 guns, there were police outside.
Everywhere. Yes.
Okay. Immediately after the shooting, and when you got to, I guess the first person other than your mother that you encountered was this officer at the doorway.
Yes. Right? Yes.
Did anybody ask you any questions about who you were, who might be coming into your house, or anything?
Talk about after I was escorted out?
No, I'm talking about while you're in the living room there holding your daughter. Is anybody asking you questions about, whether someone should be coming into your house with a gun or anything like that?
No.
Did you receive anything other than commands?
No.
From the police officers that entered?
No, I wasn't even sure who they was at first.
Okay. Other than that they had guns.
Exactly.
So once you got out of the house and there's more police out there and they're directing you to get away from the house?
No, they actually took me to the paramedic. They took me to the ambulance because My daughter's wart was bleeding, and they thought I might have been the victim who got injured. So they made me get inside of the ambulance.
Now, when you say they, are you talking about police?
The police made me get inside.
Okay. Where was the ambulance?
It was right in front of the house, not right directly in front, but just a little off.
Further down the street?
Yes. I say in front of the neighbors.
And I'm assuming the medics immediately started.
Yeah, as soon as I got inside of the ambulance, they asked me where was I shot at. And I said, I'm not shot. My little nephew was shot. Y'all need to get inside the house.
Okay.
And then I got out the ambulance and they forced me off the scene.
Okay. Okay, and so they forced you to, they said, leave.
Yeah,
right?
forced me down the street, yes.
Yeah. And so did you eventually leave the area?
I eventually left the area once my nephew got taken off in the ambulance.
Okay. Once they brought your nephew out and the ambulance left.
Yes, I followed the ambulance.
Okay. Now, later in the day, I assume that immediately after the shooting and after they took your nephew away, you weren't permitted back into the house.
No, we couldn't go back to the house for several hours.
Okay, so several hours later.
Yes.
And when you were notified that you could go back to the house, who went back to the house?
I did.
You did? And what was your purpose in going back to the house?
My purpose of going back to the house was to clean up the blood.
Okay. Did you take a video of the condition of the house when you came back?
Yes. Before I even touched anything, I took a video on my phone of everything that you got, the keys, everything, the sub sandwiches. I took that video.
I'm going to hand you what have been marked as 7A and 7B, which are photographs. You recognize those as being still shots from the video you took?
Absolutely. Yes.
Let's start with 7A. What is that depicting?
The sub sandwiches.
All right.
Oh, you talking about this one? Oh, they got the sub sandwiches, Casey's mask, of course, the blood on the floor, and the dog's water bucket.
Okay. And what's this right here?
That's the stove.
And what is this right here?
That's the refrigerator.
Okay. Was that the location that the bag was in when you returned to the house?
Yes.
Okay. So you took this video before you moved anyway.
Yeah, I didn't touch it.
Okay. And then State's Exhibit 7B is also a still shot. And what does that depict?
The same as sub sandwiches, the dog's water bucket, the refrigerator, the stove, and the pot.
So it's just a little closer up.
A closer shot.
Shot of it, and you can see actually the Subway logo on there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I publish these, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oops, wrong way. Got it all. That's State's Exhibit 7A, is that right?
Yes.
And that's kind of a longer or a further back look at it that, as you say, shows the stove and the refrigerator and the water bowl or water bucket. Guess it is a Rottweiler. And you say this was Casey's mask?
Yes.
Guess we all forget that this was back during COVID.
Yes.
And then 7B, that's just a closer look at it. The substance still in the bag, is that right?
Yes.
When you were cleaning up, did you find anything else at the house?
Yes, I did. I found Casey's AirPods.
Okay. And where were they located?
They was on the floor underneath the microwave.
Now, when you returned to the house, the microwave, you said they were on the floor underneath the microwave?
Yes, sir.
Microwave on the floor?
Nah, somebody had knocked it off or placed it on the floor.
But when you returned, the microwave was on the floor?
Yes, sir.
That's not the normal place?
Nah, no.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 2AA. What's depicted in that photograph?
The two AirPods.
Okay, and that's next to a cone marked 11, I think?
Yep, 11.
Okay. Can I publish, Sharon?
You ready?
So what did you do with the AirPods?
I placed them in a bag. They was bloody. I placed them in a bag and I gave them to the family lawyer, Sharon.
I'm sorry?
I placed them in a plastic bag because they was bloody and I gave them to the family lawyer.
Okay. Ernest, I'm going to hand you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 7. If you want, you can put gloves on.
I don't need them. I don't need them.
They're, if you recognize what those are.
Yes, these are the AirPods I found on that day.
Okay, and they're wrapped up in plastic.
The same plastic that I put them in.
Is that the one that you put in? You think?
Yes.
Okay,
At least so.
could well be. Now, how many dogs were there in the house?
At the time, it was two.
Okay, and you mentioned the one, the Rottweiler.
Yes.
That Sasha,
Sasha. Yes.
who was pretty obedient.
Yes, she was a good dog.
And what was the other dog?
The other dog's name was Juju.
Juju?
Yep, Juju.
And what kind of dog was?
He was a pit bull.
Okay. The Rottweiler was what, black?
Yep, black.
And the pit bull?
Juju was white with gray on you.
Okay. Now, did you, were the dogs in the house when you got back?
From the store? Oh, no. The dogs,
Came back.
no. The dogs weren't in the house. They had, the dog, Humane Society came out to take the dogs.
Okay.
Well, I didn't want them to get taken because it was my nephew's dogs. So I actually had one of my friends take the dog. My friend Mike take the dogs to his house until I, was in better position to get them.
And did you help retrieve the dogs from the Humane?
Yes, I did. I helped get them out. Yep.
They brought a truck out. You helped to transfer.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Did you notice anything on either dog?
Yes, I noticed that Juju, the pit bull, He had blood on his mouth.
Okay. Did you actually wipe that off?
No, I rinsed it off with the hose, but
Ernest, I'm going to place in front of you a series of photographs beginning with 2 triple K, 2 triple M, 2 triple N, triple O, 2 triple P. And let's go through these one at a time. You recognize what's depicted in that photograph?
oh yes, I do.
What is that?
This is a closet door. That's my bedroom that I was in at the time, and this is the hallway.
Okay, so is that picture taken from the?
Does guys want to approach real quick?
Might be easier for you to come over here. Huh?
It's very difficult now.
Advanced for me.
I had already asked that question to Rachel.
All right. This is 2 triple K.
Yes.
And here you can use the pen to point out. This is, you don't need to write on it, but this is, you said the doorway to your bedroom?
Yes, right here.
Okay. And you mentioned a closet.
Yes, this is a closet right here.
Okay. And is that opposite the bathroom?
Yep, right across from this door is the bathroom.
Okay. And then coming back towards us is the kitchen.
Kitchen area. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. And then we have 2 triple M. And this is a shot of what?
This is a shot of the living room and then the side door.
Okay. This is the door that you were talking about that was kicked in. And that was the location of the officer that had
It was steady.
ordered you to sit on the floor.
Yes.
Were you approximately where were you, or is it shown in this photograph where you would have been sitting on the floor?
I'd have been in this area right here.
Okay. This is 2 triple N. And what is that a shot of?
All my niece's stuff.
Well, I understand that, but what room?
That's the living room and that's the front door.
Okay. And obviously at this point, the front door is open. This was after the fact, but at the time, the front door was closed. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is that more or less looking at the room from the vantage point you would have had when you were sitting on the floor?
Yes.
Okay. And then this is 2 triple O. And what is that photograph depicting?
Again, the living room and the hallway right here.
Okay. So where point out the direction to your room on that in that hallway.
You come in and you go right.
Okay. And where would your mother's room?
You come in the hallway and you go left.
Okay. And so when she came out of her room after the shooting, you're already in the living room.
Yes.
And kind of with the pen, trace her route a little bit.
Comes out and comes straight past.
Okay.
Straight down this way.
Came down that way.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then finally, 2 triple P. And what is that depicting?
On the side door, Casey's keys on the door and the screen door.
Okay. Now you recognize those as Casey's keys in the door?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You can retake your seat. Well, actually, why don't you stay right there? Just step over here, Ernest. This is State's Exhibit 26. Do you recognize this door?
Yes, that was the street when I was on the house.
Okay. And at the time before the shooting, it had glass in it. Is that right?
Yes.
In fact, there may even be remnants of the glass in the track there. And then this metal mesh screen, that was on the door at the time as well. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Before the shooting, were these holes in the screen?
Never.
Okay. There's also, it's like an impact or a defect along the top of the screen, if you can see it right there.
That wasn't there.
That was not there either.
No, sir.
But was this the condition of the door after the shooting?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm moving on.
You may.
Case until we finally submitted to you, about 15 minutes.
All rise.
For you. That's good.
I'm going to start by asking you some questions about Exhibit 25C. You talked to Mr. Merkel about that, didn't you?
Yep.
And so, as I understand it, when you heard the shots, the 5 or 6 shots, you're in this room right here, correct?
Correct.
All right. And you said you're with your daughter at this point, right, Jana?
Yes.
And so you immediately get up and come down the hallway to your mother's room, right?
I didn't go inside her room, but I went to her door.
You're
Yes.
at the doorway, right?
Yes.
You have a short conversation with her, right?
No, I didn't have a conversation. I said, I think they shot CJ, and I kept moving.
All right. So how much time's elapsing by the time you hear the 5 to 6 shots, you're in your room till you get to your mother's doorway? Seconds?
Yeah.
All right. So then once you verbalize what you believe happened to your mother, then you come out into the living room, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And that's when you encounter this law enforcement officer who's right here, right?
Yep.
And so would you say it's a matter of another couple of seconds by the time you get to the point where the officer orders you down?
Yeah, maybe a second or two to get to where I was in the living room. Yeah.
Okay, so from start to finish, we're talking about 5 to 10 seconds to get from your room to your mother's room back to the living room, correct?
I mean, if that's your guess, then correct.
You were there.
I don't know how many seconds it was, though, so I'm not going to say 10 seconds. I don't know if it was 10 seconds.
Was it quick?
It was quick.
And law enforcement's already inside the house at that point, correct?
Correct.
And that's when you're ordered down, right?
Yep, at gunpoint.
And how many other officers are in the house at that point, if you know?
I don't know. The only officer I know is the officer that had me at gunpoint. I didn't see any other officers at the time.
Okay. So then you're seated here with your daughter in your lap, right?
My daughter in my arms, yeah.
In your arms. And then your mom comes right past you, correct?
No, first the dog came past.
I'm talking about your mother,
All right, but you said,
Sharon Payne.
yeah, she came past me.
And you tried to grab her arm,
Yes.
and she pushed by you, and she came to the doorway.
I tried to grab her arm and I got threatened to get shot if I moved again. So then I just let it go.
Did you understand my question, Mr. Payne?
You asking me the question, I'm answering it the way it should be answered.
Okay. My question to you, Mr. Payne, was when your mother passed by you, you attempted to grab her arm, didn't you?
Yes.
And she just continued pushing by you to the doorway to the kitchen, right?
Yes.
And there was a law enforcement officer standing right there at the doorway when she peered into the kitchen, correct?
Yeah.
Right. And you don't know how many other law enforcement officers are in the house at this point, right?
No, I don't.
But you saw that law enforcement officer when your mother got to the doorway, right?
Yeah, it was in the doorway.
Let's talk about the pictures that you took. I believe your testimony was that this is Exhibit 7A, and you took that picture, correct?
I took a video.
The video.
Yeah.
But this represents part of that video, doesn't it?
Yes, that's a picture from the video.
Okay. And that's fair and accurate as far as the scene as you found it, right?
Yeah.
And we'll put on 7B as well. And same question with that. That's fairly and accurately depicting the scene as you found it when you took the picture, right?
Correct.
And so it's my understanding that you were not allowed back into the house until roughly 7 o'clock that night. Does that sound right?
Yep.
And the shooting happened roughly shortly after noon, didn't it?
Yes.
And so there was a passage of time of 6.5, 7 hours before you were allowed in the house, right?
Yeah.
And there were a number of law enforcement officers that were inside the house when you were ordered out, correct?
Correct.
And I believe you testified that you wouldn't leave until you saw Casey being brought out of the side door. Is that right?
No, that's wrong. I never said that.
Did you watch Casey be brought out the side door?
No, I was pushed off the scene, so I couldn't even see Case. I could see them put him in the ambulance. At this time I was on the corner of States and Cell. They pushed me all the way up the crime. They said it was a crime scene. I wasn't allowed back down there.
Okay. So you saw Casey being brought out, put into the ambulance to be taken away.
Yes.
Right? And was he on a gurney or a stretcher at that
He
point?
was on the stretcher.
And so you saw that happen, right?
Yep.
And you know the medics were inside the house, right?
I seen him go inside.
I'm sorry?
I seen him go inside the house. The medics, yes.
And did you know that they were performing CPR on Casey inside the house?
I didn't know anything because I was forced outside of the house, so I didn't know what was going on inside of the home.
Right? And so you were away from the scene. You come back at 7 o'clock. I think you said the microwave was on the floor. Is that right?
Yeah, yes.
And the microwave wasn't on the floor before the shooting, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Right. And I believe there was also some damage to the drywall above the kitchen sink area of the house, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was.
And so somebody had taken a saw and cut out some drywall above the kitchen sink area of the kitchen, right?
I don't know if they took a saw, but it was a piece missing, yes.
And that wasn't there before the shooting, right?
The hoe? No.
That's right. That was done when you were away, correct?
Correct.
And there were people there processing the crime scene when you were away, correct?
Yeah.
So the position and location of the sandwiches that you found when you returned at 7 o'clock isn't necessarily where those sandwiches were when Mr. Goodson was shot.
I don't know. I can't say that. I don't know because I didn't see it before I left. Before I got forced out the house, I didn't see the sandwiches, so I can't say if they was in that position or not.
That's all you can say is where they were when
Only
you
thing I can
returned
say is how I found them, and that's how I found them
at 7 o'clock.
at 7 o'clock.
Have a moment, Sharon. Thank you, Mr. Payne.
You're welcome.
Any redirect?
Okay.
All right, you can step down.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Listen, I give him the benefit of the doubt because obviously that is his nephew that just got killed. And I think it was traumatic for him and stuff like that. I do think he's over embellishing. I will say that. But he probably, you know, this is also a retrial. So he sat through the first trial. And in his mind, there was no justice for his nephew. So he probably wants to make sure that there is justice this time. So I do feel like he's over portraying it, you know. So no, we're not 2.5. I think you were on 1.25. 1.25. Lovely. So I do give him a bit of a benefit of the doubt because of that.
Call your next witness.
Okay, I was just following.
Okay.
So I think there wasn't a witness, but I think there might be a witness coming. There is a witness coming because I know there is.
It's over 20 years.
Sure.
Let's go back here for a little bit. I was giving her and him the benefit of the doubt at first, but not now for him. She was telling me honest in my opinion. I don't know. I thought they were all quite honest, to be quite honest with you. I thought he was honest. I just think he over embellished it. Everything he said, I do believe happened. It's just, I believe he overstates it a little bit. That's all. But I do think, for me personally, I thought he was believable.
December of 2005.
You,
Officer Samuel Rippy, and I work for the Columbus Division of Police.
how long have you worked for the Columbus Police?
Since December of 2005.
Okay, so guess that's what, 21 years now? Or
A little over 20.
20 years, just over 20 years.
Sure.
Going to December of 2020, what was your assignment?
Patrol.
Okay. And were you assigned to a particular area of the city?
Yes, sir. It's Zone 1, which is the north end of Columbus.
Okay. What's your assignment now?
182A Company.
182A company. Tell me what that means.
I work with Cruiser 182, and I work for a shift.
Okay, so
So patrol again, or still,
Yes, sir.
and you've got the seniority to work first shift, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And as a patrol officer, you work in uniform, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you graced us with one of the more attractive uniforms today. That's not your daily uniform, is that right?
No, sir.
They've changed them in recent years.
I think it's fair to say.
Okay. And as you indicated, your present assignment is in a marked cruiser. Was that the same situation back in December of 2020?
Yes, just a different cruiser.
Yeah, you drove a marked cruiser.
Yeah, I think, I guess the best way to put it, I've worked patrol my whole career.
Okay. Let's talk about in December of 2020. What were the boundaries of the precinct you worked in then?
Well, Cook Road, East Cook Road,
Okay.
up to State Route 161, 71.
The south edge is Cook Road, north edge is
Yeah.
161.
Yes, sir.
71 is the western edge.
Yeah, it cuts in and out. And then as far east is Westerville Road area.
Okay.
But I mean, we could go anywhere.
You're a bitch.
Then as far east is Westerville Road area.
Okay.
But I mean, we could go anywhere. We call it anywhere.
Obviously. Are you familiar with a task force called SOFAST?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about your familiarity with that. What do you know about it?
Well, we have an officer assigned to that unit. That number being 225 on the radio.
So when you say we, Columbus Police,
Correct.
have a task force officer,
Yes, sir.
you know what SOFAST does?
Yes, sir.
What do they do?
We go after violent fugitives.
Okay. Generally that have warrants.
Correct.
I want to take you to December 4th, 2020. Were you working that day?
Yes, sir.
Were you working the day shift on that day?
Yes, sir.
Did you respond to a call that eventually brought you to 3996 Estates Place Road?
Yes, sir.
Is that a location inside your precinct?
Yes, sir.
And what was the nature of the call that you responded to?
It was a officer in trouble call, which is a 10-3 for us.
Okay. And is that considered a high priority call?
The highest.
So it's basically drop whatever you're doing and respond. Is that kind of the situation?
Correct.
Do you remember about where your location was in relation to 3996 Estates Place when you received or when the call went out?
I do. Yeah, I was in the area near the intersection of Morse and Almont.
Okay. And by the way, it wasn't a call directed just to you, is that right?
Correct. It was broadcast across the radio.
Yeah. So it's everybody respond. Is that right?
Anybody it's available. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us, as you say, this is a high priority call. When you respond, how do you respond?
On lights and sirens.
Okay. Run red lights.
Obviously with due regard, but yeah, you need to get there as fast as you can.
So speed limits, red lights are, I mean, obviously you do it safely, but
yes,
but it is move. And you've got, as you say, lights and sirens.
Correct.
So to warn the public that, hey, get out of the way, I'm coming.
Yes.
Okay. Were you wearing a body camera that day?
I was.
Tell us about that. Do you have one on today?
I do.
Maybe stand up and point that out to the jury. Okay. I'm sure they maybe upgraded the models since 2020, but
yes,
similar in design, similar in function.
Correct.
And on December 4th, 2020, did you activate your body cam?
I did.
And at what point did you activate it?
After being dispatched.
So once the call went out, as you are responding, so you're still in your cruiser,
Correct.
and you activated your body cam.
Yes.
And did it remain activated as you traveled to the location?
Yes.
Did it remain activated once you arrived at the location?
Yes.
Tell us when you arrived at the location, what did you see? What was going on?
Well, when I pulled up, I stopped north of the location because I wasn't sure what was going on. You know, officer in trouble call, it could be a number of things. Barricaded individual, an officer down, someone hit by a car, not knowing other than there's an officer in trouble. And when I get to just north of the location, stop my cruiser, get my gun out, and I start approaching. I see what I later found out was a task force officer behind a tree. So immediately thought, okay, so maybe somebody's barricaded in a residence. Didn't know what's going in.
Were there other officers on the scene? Did you see other cruisers there?
We were all pulling up around the same time.
Okay. So you're all arriving almost simultaneously.
Correct.
Okay. So you're approaching, gun drawn, because you don't know what's going on.
Correct.
And tell us what you did.
Well, considering like I said, there was a task force officer posted up behind a tree with his gun out. And so he wasn't rushing into the house. I figured he might know more. So I just told other officers, I'm going to go to the back, basically find work. You know, you go to the perimeter and wait till we give a further instruction as to what to do.
Okay. And so did you go to the back side?
Briefly.
Okay. And why didn't you stay back there?
At some point, we were called, they said they needed people inside.
Now, since December of 2024, have you had an opportunity to review the video from your body cam?
Yes, sir.
Place in front of the exhibit, state's exhibit number 8. Did you review the thumb drive that's contained in that envelope?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually even review it today again?
Yes, sir.
Is that an accurate video of your body cam from December 4th, 2020?
Yes.
Now, you mentioned that eventually, at least you had gone around to the back and then you came around to the front, and someone was summoning, saying we need officers inside. Is that right?
Yes.
And were you one of the officers that went inside?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you enter the house?
Through the front door, which was on the west side of the structure.
Okay. And before you entered the house, did you see anyone exiting the house?
Yes.
Who?
It was a task force officer. I didn't recognize him.
Okay. How about, did you see any civilians exit the house?
Yes.
Who?
I don't know.
Not name, but just describe what you saw.
They appeared to be residents,
Okay.
or people visiting, but they weren't law enforcement or paramedics or anything.
Did you see a gentleman carrying a child?
I did.
Okay. And so he exited the house. Did you see what door he came out of?
I don't recall.
That's fine. So you entered the front door. Were you directed once you got into the house to a location in the house?
Yes.
Okay. And what location were you directed?
Like I said, there was a task force officer coming out. He was on the porch. He said, go to the right once you get inside. They need you over there.
Okay. Now, So you went to the kitchen area, and what did you observe there?
Multiple, there's a few other task force officers in there, one of which I recognize from our agency.
And that would be who?
Officer Rosser.
Okay. And what was going on?
He was standing with his back to me, and he directed me to put gloves on and take over chest compressions for the other task force officer that was in there administering first aid to Mr. Goodson.
Okay. Now, did you know Mr. Goodson at that time?
And I don't recall ever coming across him in my career.
Okay. Had you been to that residence, if you remember?
Once.
Okay. And what was the reason, if you recall?
I was sent out there by our missing persons unit to verify that a reported juvenile had actually returned, and just cancel the report.
They'd had like a runaway report. And
yeah, pretty much.
They sent a patrol officer out because somebody said, well, they're back, you know, and that was the extent of the interaction.
Yes.
Okay. So you were asked to take over the CPR.
Yes.
Being administered.
Yes.
And did you do that?
I did.
And how long did you continue to do that?
Until fire personnel arrived on scene.
Okay, so once the medics came in, they took over for you?
Yeah, they told me I could stop and they would take over from there.
Okay. And at that point, did you continue to have your body camera activated?
I did.
After the medics took over?
I did.
Okay. And at what point did you turn it off?
I stopped it when I made contact with Officer Rosser, asked what he needed, and then they were asking, the medics were asking who was shot as far as like who fired the weapon and so forth. And at that point, it was getting like, at that point, I felt it would to go ahead and turn it off.
Okay. You didn't see the need for the
yeah.
at that point. Now, I'm going to place in front of you a series of photographs, stills, whatever you want to characterize them. Marked States Exhibit 8A, B, C, D, E, and F.
Okay.
If you would you take a look at those, please? You recognize those as stills or frame captures from your body cam?
I do.
Okay. Let's begin with 8A. What's depicted in that?
That's me entering the residence, approaching the kitchen entryway.
Entering the kitchen there?
Yes.
And what does it show?
It shows the task force officer down, rendering aid to Mr. Goodson, who was on the ground.
Do you want him to be on the Elmo?
Yeah. Why don't we step around here to the Elmo?
You need these?
Sure, I'm fine. You want to put it on there without him. He doesn't need to verify. We all know it's the same. Yeah. So if you want to just put it on there and talk to him like that. Okay.
Okay, this is States Exhibit 8A that you were just testifying about. And as you say, it depicts the officer rendering aid.
Correct.
And also depicts the location of Casey Goodson. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Now you are standing, you are standing where? Roughly at the side door? And
that shows me entering, like, that's from the living room into the kitchen area. Okay. The side door is there as well.
If yes. States Exhibit 11A, you recognize the diagram of at least the portion of the house that you were in, this being the living room, this being the kitchen, this being the front door.
You said which one is it?
Front door, living room, kitchen,
Okay.
side door.
Yes,
Okay. In State's Exhibit 8A, you're standing, what, right in this area right here?
yes, sir.
Okay. So Mr. Goodson would be on the floor in this area, is that right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you can see up there. Go ahead, move over. Just making sure everybody can see.
Okay. So you began, well, straight there. First thing you had to do was what, glove up?
Got gloves on, yeah.
Okay.
Get to work.
And while you're doing that, and I want to show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 8B, that you getting your gloves on, right?
Correct.
And you can see Mr. Goodson. And did you notice this on Mr. Goodson, what I'm pointing to?
If we're looking at the same thing, the AirPod in his left ear? Yes.
Yeah. And you noticed that when you were giving him CPR, is that correct?
Yes.
And HC is another shot from your body cam, is that correct?
Yes.
And now you're the one giving CPR, is that right?
Yes.
And again, it's a little closer shot, but you can see that there's an AirPod in his ear.
Yes.
Did you notice anything else on Mr. Goodson as you were rendering him aid?
Yes.
What?
He had a half face mask on, but at the time, you got to keep in mind it was during COVID. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't uncommon to have a mask on. He also had a holster attached to his belt, waistline.
Other than look at it, you didn't examine it further.
I mean, I saw it, but I mean, no, that was at least in my words. Yeah.
That wasn't a priority.
Yeah, there was no gun in there, and you know, trying to help him.
Showing you what's been marked as 5G. Does that look similar to the holster that you observed?
Yes.
Okay. You don't know whether it is the holster because you didn't collect it, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now you continue the CPR until when?
The medics arrived and told me they take over.
Once the medics came in, they took over. Now, did you observe a firearm in the room?
I did.
Where?
On the on the floor next to Mr. Goodson.
Okay. And did you didn't collect that firearm or
No, never touched
touch it or anything?
No.
Okay. Now, after the medics arrived, they then took over, and you stood up and went where in the kitchen?
Made contact with Officer Rosser and asked him what did he need help.
Okay. So, and Officer Rosser's position, I guess, put our diagram up again. Casey was in here. Show us where Officer Rosser roughly was.
His back was facing me. He was about right here.
Okay. And he had his weapon out, is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
And so once you finished, once the medics came in and took over, you then stepped over this direction?
Yes.
Okay. Next to Officer Rosser?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Had you noticed anything on the floor of the kitchen while you were doing CPR?
I noticed the gun. Later, I saw a bag.
Okay. Did you know what kind of bag that was?
Yeah, it was a bag from Subway.
Okay. And where was that located?
Without looking at the photo, I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly where it was at.
Well, let's look at the photo. This is State's Exhibit 8D. And this is this Officer Rosser?
Correct.
Okay. So you're standing to his right.
Yes.
Do you see the bag in that photograph?
Yes.
Where?
It's on the lower left, right there where your pen's
Right where my pen is?
Yes.
And is that located kind of between the stove and the refrigerator?
Yes.
Okay. And there's actually a bucket on the floor next to it. Is that right?
I don't
Can you
remember.
tell?
I can't tell.
Okay. You can't tell. 8F. It's just another shot, probably momentarily later from the other one. Is that right?
Yes.
And again, I guess we can see a little bit of the logo for Subway on the bag. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you see now whether that's a bucket or?
No.
Okay. And then 8G, again, same type of photograph. Is that correct?
Yes.
And again, you can see the Subway bag and its general location in that.
Yes.
Now, while you were in there, did anybody move the Subway bag?
I don't recall.
Okay. Now, in those last photos, you can see the medics in the background. They're beginning their work on Mr. Goodson. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And shortly thereafter, was Mr. Goodson removed from the house?
Yes, sir.
Once Mr. Goodson was removed from the house, what did you do?
Scene security.
Okay, tell us what that means.
Preserving the scene.
Okay. Sounds stupid when
That's all right.
you say preserving the scene. Or you say preserving the scene?
Well, obviously we have a crime scene at hand. You want to make sure you don't have people unnecessarily coming in there, whether it involves putting up scene tape, keeping people out of the house, making sure there's nobody still in there that needs to be taken out, protecting the integrity of it.
Okay. Making sure nothing's moved.
Correct.
Okay. Were there, other than the first aid personnel, the law enforcement personnel, were there any other individual, and Mr. Goodson, were there any other individuals in the kitchen area while you were there?
No.
Did you see any dogs in the house?
I did.
Okay, tell us about that.
When I made contact with Officer Rosser, it made sense why, like he had his gun out and he had his full attention towards that doorway. He had blocked, it was keeping some dogs that were inside the residence at bay, so to speak.
Okay. Were those dogs eventually removed from the house?
They were later.
Okay. During the time that you were there, preserving the scene and before, did the dogs come into the kitchen?
No.
Eventually, were you relieved from scene security?
I was.
And was that before or after the crime scene search unit arrived?
That was before.
So another officer or other officers were brought in to secure the scene?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Officer Rippy. I have no further questions. Pardon me. Okay.
Any cross-examination?
Thank you, John.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, Officer Rippy.
Good afternoon.
We know each other, right?
We do.
My name is Mark Collins, and along with Ms. Stevens, Mr. Golden, we represent Jason Meade. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for your service. Thank you for the job you always do.
Thank you.
I want to talk in general a little bit first, and it'll correlate to you being dispatched to there. You were dispatched on a 10-3. That's a CPD term, correct?
Yes.
10-3 goes out to everyone on the CPD channel, right?
Yes.
Just because it's on the CPD channel, and a 10-3 means officer highest alert.
Correct.
That doesn't get dispatched to other agencies, correct?
The dispatchers typically try to get that information out to other jurisdictions that are nearby.
And other jurisdictions would also then air to get to the scene, right?
Correct.
They would relay the information. And then you knew the 225, you knew that to be a SOFAST U.S. Marshals number, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And I'm sure alerts went out on that as well, correct?
I was on the main air where I operate from.
Right.
Yeah. Our channel 1. Yeah.
Point being, you don't have access to the Marshals radios on that type of situation.
It would take a lot of work to probably get back to whatever channel they work on.
Absolutely. And so now you're dispatched there. Now, let's talk in generality, Officer Rippy. When you get to a scene, you have no idea what's happening, correct?
Correct.
You have limited information, correct?
Correct.
And I think you told Mr. Merkel on direct that you drew your weapon out, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Standard policy in those situations, correct?
Correct.
All right. And I think there's an officer that runs by you on your body worn camera, and you then go to the left, kind of the left or back of the house, correct?
Correct.
Okay. At that point in time, if you see a citizen, you're not going to interview them, correct?
That's correct.
You're not going to say, hey, do you know who came in with the gun into the house? Or you don't ask any questions like that, correct?
Correct.
Isn't it true that the number one priority right now is safety for you? Correct?
Correct.
Safety for others in the area?
Correct.
And safety for those in the house?
Correct.
You have no idea what happened or anything like that. Like you said to the ladies on the jury, it could be a barricaded hostage. It could be many, many things that you train for.
Correct.
So what's the primary, your primary risk or primary what you're trying to avoid risk? What's your primary goal you're doing at that point in time, Officer Rippy?
To get there safely and assess what's going on.
Safety for civilians, safety for officers, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, in general, not on this day, but in general, have you gone to a scene or been dispatched to a scene and been responsible for clearing a house?
Yes.
Okay. In clearing a house, you guys have other terms for it, but you have to remove and check every room to see if there's a potential threat, correct?
Correct.
And so when you encounter someone in that situation, Officer Rippy, you don't know if that person's involved in a criminal activity or not, right?
Right.
And you give them direct, loud orders, correct?
Correct.
Sometimes officers use profanities, correct?
Correct.
And in those situations, you have your gun drawn, correct?
Correct.
Because you don't know what's in there, and the person may be in there with a gun or a weapon, correct?
Correct.
Is it fair to say you yell loud in order to get their attention, in order to get them to comply?
Correct.
Now, do you ask that person at that time, hey, get on the ground, and by the way, do you know what happened, or do you know who came in your house, or anything? You don't do that, correct?
Correct.
You're not trained to, right?
Correct.
So if you want Mark to slow down,
I'm just going on the hour. I'm trying to, I know he has somewhere to be, Your Honor. That's fine. So in that type of situation, sir, that would never enter your mind, correct?
Correct.
And it's against training and policy, right?
Correct.
Once, is it also been based on your experience of 20 years on patrol, you can't allow medics into the scene until it's completely safe and secure.
Correct. You're responsible for their safety as well.
And it happens sometimes they can come in sooner. Sometimes it's a 5 or 10 minute delay, correct?
Correct.
Every circumstance is different.
Correct.
So when you pulled up that day, you're there responding, and based on your training, you're helping however you can.
Correct.
And in that situation, there were other agencies there, correct?
Correct.
I think we see a CPD, another CPD officer, you said task force officers and some other law enforcement jurisdictions, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, the person you took over the CPR for was from a different township, correct?
I just knew he was associated with the task force.
Now, that body-worn camera that you had at the time, back in 2020, CPD officers were required to use their body-worn camera on that type of run, right?
Correct.
Well, you're aware that other agencies didn't have body-worn cameras, correct?
Correct.
Now, your body-worn camera, it's not an option to carry one or not, right? Back then, you couldn't say, no, I'm not carrying a body-worn camera.
If you were assigned to patrol, I mean, it was fairly new at the time. You had to wear it.
You can't say, hey, I'm not wearing mine today.
No.
Okay. And if you're a member of a jurisdiction that doesn't have body-worn cameras, you can't say, hey, I'm wearing a body-worn camera, because they don't have them. You can't use your own, so to speak, right?
Correct.
And so at that time, many jurisdictions and task force didn't have body-worn cameras, correct?
Correct.
Now, you were asked to take over the chest compressions, correct?
Correct.
In that situation, sir, before you got to the scene, you have no idea where that person was prior to you getting there.
No.
You don't know if the person was face down, correct?
No, I wasn't there.
So when you got there, the person was on the back, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And when you're trained in CPR, correct?
Correct.
And you can't do CPR in a threshold of a doorway, correct?
Correct.
It needs to be a flat surface, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so again, with the subway bag and the bucket or the, you have no idea where those were prior to you getting there.
Correct.
Your body worn camera picked up what was observed at that point in time.
Correct.
How long do you think it took till you got there from when you were dispatched?
If I had to estimate, I'd say about a minute and a half.
Okay. And then to get out of the car and then to get up there?
Yeah. And then that's probably another minute or so that I was on around the perimeter area trying to figure out what was going on.
Right. And so you'll probably get into that small area probably anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes.
Correct.
Okay. May I approach the witness? You may. I'm going to hand you as the marker for identification purposes, the defendant's exhibit G. And you can just take a look at that exhibit on your body on camera.
Okay.
Does that look familiar to you?
Yes.
Okay, so the picture's facing that way, so that means you're facing that way, correct?
Correct.
May I publish on it?
Okay.
Officer Rippy, that was a small enclosed kitchen, correct?
Correct.
Everything's pretty close, pretty tight, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned that it was a chaotic scene, correct?
Correct.
And once you were brought in to do CPR, does that tell you, hey, the scene's been secured?
They were still working to clear the house. That was just my role of what I was told to do.
Okay, so that's an ongoing process.
Yes.
Okay. So on this, so I'm counting you as one person. Count how many other people are in the room at that point in time, sir, if you can.
1, 2, 3. Count 8.
8 people, including you, correct? Yeah, and so, and that's in that small space, and that's your body worn camera in that, correct?
Correct.
And then you were directed when you went to do the chest press, hey, look out, there's a gun over there.
Correct.
And who told you that?
I believe it was Officer Rosser. It was mentioned twice.
Okay. That's important, right?
Yes.
No one said, hey, look out, there's stuff over there. Hey, look out, there's a bucket there. Hey, look out, there's AirPods there, correct?
Correct.
They said that because that's a risk.
Correct.
Okay. And you saw it, I think, down to by the lower legs of Mr. Goodson.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But within an arm's reach.
Yes.
Okay. And when you saw that weapon, did you notice anything about it?
Yes.
What was that thing?
It was a handgun. I mean, it had a extended magazine in it.
And may I approach the witness room?
Okay.
This is the mark for identification purposes of defendant's exhibit H. Did you take a look at that? Is that a fair and accurate copy of what the one saw?
Yes.
And with the blood on it?
Yes, sir.
May I publish, Sharon?
May.
So that's the firearm that you saw?
Correct.
Okay. Now you mentioned an extended magazine. That's what we're talking about down here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In your duties as a service a patrol officer in 20 years, what do you carry?
What
What
a handgun.
firearm do you carry?
Smith & Wesson,
Okay.
9mm.
And is it an extended mag?
No.
Okay. What's the difference between your bottom of your service revolver, service handgun versus an extended mag?
The extended mag just means that the magazine that is in the gun has just got more rounds in it. I mean,
And the bottom sticks out,
yeah,
correct?
yeah,
So if someone holds a gun in their hand, you can see that bottom.
correct.
It's more noticeable, and you're trained to look for those types of things, correct?
Correct.
Right. Because it carries more bullets and more potential deadliness, correct?
Correct.
All right. So now, are you familiar with your service weapon? You don't get to pick which one you're going to use, right?
No, I have to use the one or carry the one that is issued to me.
You've been issued by the chain of command.
Correct.
Okay. You can't say, hey, I know you're issuing me this, but I want to use this, correct?
Correct.
And you also have to certify that in order to carry that, correct?
Correct.
And tell ladies and gentlemen, jury, what that means.
Showing that you are proficient with it, taking a test, passing state mandated tests and city courses.
Then you do that at the range, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So once you're certified in that, you're then allowed to carry that.
Correct.
You carry something different than detectives, right?
Correct.
You carry something different than the CPD SWAT team.
Correct.
That's where they come in with the rifles and things of that nature.
They have more options.
And that's based on the type of work and the need, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And are you familiar? Yours is a semi-automatic, right?
Correct.
Now, with a revolver, you have to pull the trigger. When you pull the trigger once, what happens?
Goes bang.
One projectile goes, right?
Correct.
Okay. And the cylinder revolves, and then you have to keep pulling, correct?
Correct.
Now, on yours, semi-automatic, you pull it a little bit quicker, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you're aware of fully auto, if a service revolver or rifle is fully automatic, you understand what that means?
Yes.
That means when you pull the trigger once, multiple projectiles come out.
Correct.
Whether if you pull it shorter, less will come out. Longer, more will come out. Correct.
Correct.
It will not stop until you release the trigger.
Correct.
So one pull can give a burst of a few bullets, just like that.
Correct.
And there's a reason for that, right?
Correct.
Now, you did see your body worn camera, and you saw that Mr. Goodson had a hood, correct?
Correct.
And he had a skull cap underneath the hood, correct?
Correct.
Right. And then you saw one there, correct? Now, when you were done doing compressions, my understanding, you went to say, hey, there's an officer needed, the officer support. Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, what officer support is.
Officer support. So if you're involved in a critical incident, at least with our agency, you attend training annually, and it based on that training, it allows you to assist other officers who are involved with other agencies as well, with just helping them through the immediate aftermath of being involved in a critical incident.
And based on your experience, you've had that training, correct?
I have.
And so when you went to look and say, hey, an officer needs any support, that's what you're going to do, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And based on that training, it's fair to say that, based on that training, it's fair to say that you're not supposed to talk to the officer who's involved in critical incident, correct?
Correct.
And you're actually supposed to try to get that officer removed from the scene, correct?
Correct.
I think that's when you heard the stuff going around about what this, what that, people asking questions, that's when you shut down your body worn camera.
Correct.
And that's based on, hey, we have no idea what happened, but we're not supposed to talk to the individual. So that individual shouldn't be asked questions or what happened or tell me what you saw or anything like that, correct?
Correct.
Your job at that point in time, you're not there to interview people who were in the house, correct?
Correct.
That's up to detectives to do later.
Correct.
When you went out and set up the perimeter, your job is to make sure no one goes in there, correct?
Correct.
Now, if you don't know if a person resides there or not, but no one's allowed to go back into that house.
Correct.
You also saw the face mask, or COVID time, makes sense, right? All right, let's talk about some of the police, your experiences. And again, 20 years of patrol is quite an achievement. Do a good job. And in terms of, you've, based on your training, Officer Rippy, hypothetically, if you see someone in a car waving a gun, you have to investigate, correct?
Yes.
That is a criminal offense, correct? Correct. You're probably handling a firearm, it could be some type of menacing, it could be something other than that.
I think it's fair to say it warrants further attention.
Okay. And that's when you have a reasonable articulable suspicion to investigate, correct?
Correct.
Right. And at that point, you have a duty to follow up and try to talk to that individual.
Correct.
Okay. Now, in that situation, if you see a person with a handgun, that's a threat. You're taking note of that. That's a potential deadly threat, correct?
Again, it warrants further attention.
Understood. To follow up, right? Now,
Correct.
if you gave that person commands hypothetically and the person fled, what goes through your mind at that point, Officer Rippy?
You're trying to assess the situation.
Yeah. Faces. All right. So we left off with, if you were pursuing and investigating and someone fled from you on foot with that gun, what would you do at that point in time?
You're trying to assess what's going on. You know, is this person suicidal? Is this person looking to harm someone?
There's a thing they call what if this, what if that, right?
Yeah.
And is it different if the person's in the car contained versus the person's outside the car, correct?
Depends on what they're doing with the gun.
So if they're fleeing with a gun and you don't know the area, you have to investigate, correct?
Correct.
Person could be going inside to harm someone. Person could be going around the edge. You don't know, right?
Correct.
And in those types of things, Officer Rippy, you're trained, you don't consider their intent, right? You only look at their actions and you respond to their actions, correct?
You're only afforded what you're witnessing. You don't know what happened beforehand.
And you don't know what's going through their mind. You can only assess based on their actions.
Correct.
And that's your training.
Correct.
Now, you go through that all the time in your training, right? Shoot, don't shoot scenarios, right?
Correct.
And sometimes the target, well, you explain that to ladies and jury.
Shoot, don't shoot.
Okay. Of course. And stuff like that.
You're put in situations, scenarios where, anything you can kind of really think of where someone, you respond to a call for service and what you think may be someone who needs help may actually be the person wanting to harm you. You don't know. And sometimes they'll have someone run up with an object and you got to make that determination, shoot or don't shoot. But you fail the scenario if you shoot someone who's just running up to you for help. And they're not armed or not a threat to you. So you're taught, I think the best way to put it is to make quick decisions.
Split second decision. Correct. Because an action's faster than a reaction.
Correct.
And you're trained to try to anticipate and try to do that, correct?
Correct.
Now, a person with a gun is a threat potentially, correct?
Correct.
A person facing you with a gun is a threat, correct?
Correct.
A person facing away from you with a gun is still a threat, correct?
Correct.
Why so?
Because they can still shoot you. They can shoot at you with their back still to you.
You're trained on stuff like that, correct?
Correct.
So just because someone has their back to them, and if they have a gun there, they can still shoot you with their back to them, correct?
Correct.
You've seen those types of studies, and you've been involved in that type of training, correct?
Correct.
Now, when you're training, if a gun gets leveled at you, do you have time to think, well, geez, what if maybe the gun's not working, right? Does that come into your mind?
You're not afforded that information.
What if there's no ammunition, right?
We can deal with what ifs, yeah.
Do you determine, hey, the safety might be on? Can you see if a safety's on from 15 or 20 feet away, Officer Rippy?
No. No.
So all those things, whether the safety's on, whether the gun is inoperable, whether or not there's a situation where there's no ammunition, you don't have the ability to afford that time frame to make those decisions, correct?
Correct.
If a gun is pointed at you, what do you do, sir?
If you're smart and you want to survive, you're going to probably fire your weapon. You should fire it.
Based on your training.
Yeah, absolutely.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Okay.
Officer Rippy, thank you for your time and your service. Appreciate you being here. That's all the questions I have right now.
Can you redirect?
Officer Rippy, Collins talked at length about training. Wasn't it part of your training that you do not fire just because of a potential threat?
But just a potential threat? No.
It has to be an immediate, imminent threat. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
And you spoke about assessing the situation. Does that entail trying to slow things down?
Correct.
I mean, time is
Time is typically not on our side in those situations, though.
Okay. But when possible, you want to slow things.
When possible.
Yeah, when possible. Correct?
Correct.
And obviously, the more serious the threat, the less opportunity you have to slow things.
Correct.
When you were responding to the officer in trouble call, you responded as rapidly as you could, but once you were approaching the house, you were not running up to the house. Is that correct?
Correct.
Why?
Because I saw other law enforcement presence. There didn't appear at that moment. Like I said, I showed up after whatever took place. So I used caution as I approached, as I should, and waited for further instruction.
You were assessing the situation.
Yeah, correct. But like I said, in my case, I responded after whatever transpired.
You were there because of a call for officer.
Correct.
Which was an indication to you that somebody needed help.
Correct.
But even with that indication, you're going to move methodically and assess the situation as you approach it.
I'm trusting that they have my safety in mind. When I say they, other law enforcement, if I see them, I'm assuming that it's okay. I mean, you're walking past other structures, doorways and stuff.
Sure.
And I still, at the time, had no clue what was going on.
And you're working in concert with the other officers, is that correct?
Right.
You're not leaving them behind.
Correct.
Thank you.
Any questions as a result of this?
Yes, officer. When you assess the situation, in assessing situation, is there anything more dangerous or more immediate than a gun pointed at you, sir?
No, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, you can step down.
I guess there's going to be a lot of I don't remember what happened in the open statements. I mean, they're just going to have to prove stuff now in this trial about. I think that witness was very good for the defense, for sure. But was he pointing the gun at him? I mean, I waited for a lot more evidence. So yeah, he's still not guilty as far as I'm concerned. Right, we're gonna zoom over to the other stream now. You should all, when I lock this up, you should all zoom across with me, and we'll watch day 3 on the other stream. So if you get lost, then that's your own fault. But you can just search the alternate corner, and I hear 6 shots and 1 shot. So it was 1 shot, Josie, 1 shot, but 6 comes out. If that makes sense. So when you take 1 shot, 6 rounds come out, rapid fire. So yeah. Right, everybody. Hold on tight, zip in. Don't worry about a link. It's fine. Everyone should be able to go straight over, Sarah. You're all good, my darling. Don't worry. Right. And they're old enough, Sarah. They're old enough to get over there themselves anyway. So, right, I'll see you on the other side.